All
You
right.
lost weight.
Mahari's fur is much better than this.
Sure,
It is
sure.
true. It's soft and not greasy at all.
It was.
All right, then. Well, what a way to start that recording. Welcome back, everyone, to the Lands of Carrion. I hope you've all had a mostly good week and are feeling as best as you can. In our last session, our group of, I guess we're calling them workers at this point, met up to pick up a new job. An indeterminate amount of time has passed since the wedding that ended so tragically for our main group of adventurers. And while your current characters know what date it is, I'm not telling you because I want you to find out as your original characters how much time has passed when they eventually return. So, this group of individuals all met up in Tilsar at the Grand Theater, watching a play before they were given a mission to track down a convoy shipping the sort of first prototypes of an army that had been built seemingly by a alliance between the tax collectors and the celebrants that was being shipped up to Yled for initial unveiling and testing. You have been sent to destroy these soldiers and then find a way to track this caravan back to where it came from, find the people responsible for creating these soldiers, and kill them. Or destroy them if they're undead. Either or. So, doing what research you could, going a little bit into prophecy to see if you might find something, you guys ended up setting a trap in preparation for this convoy to arrive. It failed pretty quickly.
Spectacularly.
Yeah.
But it's okay, because you did at the very least manage to stop the carriages as the caravan drivers began to transform into this larger sort of gnoll vampire daemonic hybrid form, and an air elemental began to spin music on the wind as one of these soldiers has seemingly activated and stepped out of the middle carriage, drawing its scythe blade arm through the ground and creating sort of a glowing, like, 2 foot tall wall around it as it stares at you all. We are picking back up at the top of round 3 of this combat with the daemon that is right next to you, Barris. How you doing over there, Barris? Are you ready?
Oh, I am ready.
Everyone does have their 2 hero points for today, aside from Davina, who gave me a funny answer in a pre-session quiz show and has 3 hero points because of it.
I
Benefits of
missed the
showing up
quiz.
early.
Hee
So, the Melodemon right by you, Barris, is going to once again do their best to make a claw strike at you and hold you in place. Actually, no, you're a vampire. Never mind, that won't work. They're going to cast Fear on you. Would you please
Okay.
give me a will save?
Of course.
As the daemon attempts to invade your mind and adjust how it looks to make it even more terrifying to you.
I'm scared. Oh,
A critical success. You are entirely unaffected. You can see this thing for what it truly is, and you
little
are unafraid.
bitch.
Okay.
So it's going to attempt to bite you then, I think, instead of going for the ground.
Was that a manipulate action?
It was a manipulate action. If you've got a reactive strike, you may absolutely use that here.
I do.
Go for it.
Okay.
That's a hit. Go ahead and roll your damage, sir.
Okay.
Arcane Cascade damage, dealing a little bit of extra fire, I believe.
Yep.
All right. Mixture of bludgeoning, fire, and cold damage. all of which seem to take full effect against this creature.
Okay.
It's a bite strike against you. That is unfortunate. Not gonna get the hit off. That will take us to the strange construct on the ground. And it is going to have its sort of mechanical rib cage begin to glow with this bluish green light that is then going to burst outwards towards the group of you. I am going to need Davina and Hasea to both give me a... give me 1 second, I actually need to check which DC this is. A will save, please.
Will you roll for me, boss?
Are you not here? Are you dying?
I'm trying.
I got you. Davina, a crit success. You will be unaffected entirely. Hasea, you will crit fail.
Nobody saw that coming, Jericho.
Specifically because of your dragon's presence, which is if you succeed against a fear effect, you crit succeed, but if you fail against a fear effect, you crit fail. And this is a fear effect. So you rolled a regular failure, but it was reduced to a crit fail by your ability. Would you like to hero point that?
Happens if I'm afraid.
He'll be very afraid.
You will be very afraid. But I cannot, unfortunately, tell you exactly what happens. You just have to choose now whether you would like to re-roll that save or not.
You should re-roll it.
I want to re-roll it.
Okay. Re-rolling it using a hero point.
Okay, that's worse.
The good news is you get the hero point back.
Yay!
The bad news is apparently this week I'm rolling a lot of nat ones.
I'm very afraid.
So,
Is that like the third nat
Hasea,
one so far?
If we're counting my Thursday game where I rolled like 7 nat ones across 3 creatures' turns as well, I've rolled so
But
many.
just this roll streak 1.
Yeah, I think
Up
the
above.
roll streak was from like last session, I believe. But so far for this session, 2 nat ones have been rolled by me. Hasea, you are going to take... Well, actually, before you take any damage, I need you to now roll a fortitude save for me, please. Against
No.
I'm gonna
Not
reload
like
again
this.
because I am not in yet.
Yeah, it does not look
Will
like you're
you?
in. I'll roll it for... Are you sure you want me to roll it for you?
No, can Allie
Want to
roll
roll
it
it
for
for?
me?
I'll give me ownership
Yep,
and I'll roll it
give you
for her.
ownership. There you go.
Okay.
This way I can't be blamed if you die.
Well, you can, but just not as much.
And, oh, good. A crit success.
My girl.
Mhm.
Now, crit success doesn't actually matter versus a regular success here. Either way, you are going to take a grand total of 49 points of mental damage
Oh my god.
from this.
Is that Phantasmal Killer?
This is an ability that activates a phantasmal killer. Yeah.
And it's a
It's my,
cone.
my favorite ability.
Yeah. So I'm dealing the 49 mental damage to you, Hasea. You will also now be fleeing, so you have to use all
Why?
your actions to run away, and are frightened 4 by this effect. So you are terrified of this thing. Now,
Well,
oh, sorry, go ahead.
that's not nice.
No, it is not. To be fair, this daemon was also within the cone and must make the will save as well.
He's gonna do it.
Gaming! And Aranth, you also crit succeeded, so you were entirely... Or sorry, not Aranth, Davina, you crit succeeded, so you were unaffected.
Woohoo!
Speaking of Davina, you're up.
No.
Mhm.
It says that I don't have it open, but it says that I'm in. Can you kick me? Oh,
Oh,
I'm
I've
in.
run into
I'm
that
out now.
before.
Yeah. Right, Davina, what would you like to do? Well, first and foremost, actually, you
Adorable.
are within the consumptive aura of this daemon, so I will once more need a fortitude save at the start of your turn. That is just barely a success. You are still not very hungry by this.
Yay!
Then I.
Oh boy, who's getting
Dis-
bolted?
This guy.
Okay.
Actually, no, I don't like the way this guy looked at me, so I don't want to do that.
You want the weird mechanical soldier to make the save?
Yeah,
All
because
right.
he looked at me funny, like he knows me, and I don't like it.
So this is an Iron Man situation, and you supercharge him.
That will be a regular success, so go ahead and roll damage, and he will take half of it. All right. A grand total of 16 points of electricity damage to this creature. This thing, I should say. And you have one action left.
I will. Who's next after me? Because I think I kind
Yema
of
will
fucked up
go.
an initiative. Okay.
It'll be Yema, then the Melody.
Congratulations, Yema. Go get guidance.
Guidance can only
Oh,
target
just
someone within
kidding.
30 feet.
Yeah.
So you could target Hesea, or an enemy, or Cavis.
Well, let's go. Let's go with Cavis.
Cavis gets
Oh,
guided.
he my friend.
All right. Then Yema, you're up.
Wait, Yama, how did you get to 34 AC? That is amazing.
Fighter stuff. Okay, I'm gonna triple shot the, guy next to Barris. Let me make sure I understand this right. I think I do. I get to make 3 range strikes at -4.
Triple shot?
Yes.
Is that a feat you have?
Yes.
Oh.
Kind of have to do some wacky stuff
I see.
here.
It's an additional version of double shot.
Yeah. For some reason, I can't activate triple shot on my sheet, so
No, it doesn't
I'm
look
just...
like they gave an action for it.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna jury rig it. Okay.
All right.
Ooh.
Nice.
Crit specialization.
And immobilized.
And you applied the damage from the first one as well?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead with your third shot as well. Oh, so
I'll
close.
hero point that one.
All right.
Okay.
Very nice.
I was hoping I'd be able to kill it, but I guess not.
3 quick arrows going into it, dealing a grand total of 65 damage to it.
Oof.
Okay.
Good.
That's my turn then.
That'll take us to the Melody on the Wind. Who is going to...
Please don't be mad that I tried to banish you.
I mean...
I just wanted to be your friend. I'm sorry.
You tried to banish it last
Did you
week and it was already mad
Sorry.
at you.
I'm sorry.
But, it's,
What if Davina like starts ugly crying?
it's gonna move towards you.
What if she
make
like
a-
starts ugly crying harder?
I
think it's attracted to that. I can smell your fear. Stop crying.
Gotta check something. Okay. It's actually going to move here with its first action and make a wind gust attack on you. Oh yeah. That's going to be 23 points of bludgeoning damage to you. And then it's going to attempt to push you.
That's fucking rude.
Check something real quick. Another creature that they did not update with the remaster to give it an actual athletics skill, since they require athletics rolls for these abilities. Not making that mistake again. But it's okay, they will still fail and not successfully push you anywhere. Asaya, you're up.
She's fleeing this turn, isn't she?
She is. Are you back in the server by chance?
No.
Is it still giving you issues?
Yes.
Uh,
But I went upstairs to get my laptop.
okay, well,
So give me just a second.
you do also have to spend your entire turn moving. Would you like me to just move you for the turn?
Yeah, move me towards my friends.
Well, you have to run away from the creature.
Well, there's lots of directions away from the creature.
Yeah, I think it makes sense if she runs southeast and she's being blocked by, you know.
Yeah, she could run, like, over this way.
Doesn't she have to climb up the ridge there?
She would. So we can say objectively she just gets to here. A full turn is feet up. Right here. Or we'll put her way down here. In the corner.
Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Alright, Barris, you're up.
All right. I'm going to use my once per day feature rapid recharge, so free action recharge my spell strike.
Okay.
Okay. So there's that, and then okay, Noel. Swingy swing. For the spell Jericho, it's just gonna be ignition again.
Sure. And we'll just barely miss. I'm so sorry.
I'm gonna hero point that.
Alright.
Oh!
Yema, also I figured out how to make your triple shot toggle work.
What did you have to
Double
do?
shot first. 'Cause
Really?
triple shot is an
Oh,
override
God.
for it.
Okay, yeah, I see. Thank you.
All right. As my last action, I'm going to cast.
Before you do anything else, first and foremost, I needed at the top of your turn a fortitude save, please. Apologies for missing that. I was focused on trying to fix the triple shot.
Well, it says that I'm in, but I'm not.
Let me go ahead.
I'm so sorry.
No worries. I'm going to go ahead and remove you so you can try reloading. So Barris, on a crit fail, you take void damage, which you don't care about. And you're also fatigued, which you already are. So
I get my point back.
You do get the hero point back. So that was only beneficial for you.
I know.
However,
that is very rare.
You were adjacent to the daemon and missed your attack, which means it triggers its much more limited reactive strike, a withering reaction, as it is. So it is going to follow you up with a claw strike as a reaction. Which misses heavily. All good. What would you like to do with your last action?
I'm going to cast shield.
Sounds good. Go ahead and give yourself that effect.
There we go.
And that will take us to the other living Melodamon, who is... That would be very... They see
it.
an archer and they don't like it. They're going to go ahead and cast a spell.
A reactive.
Yeah, Kavis will also make a reactive.
Oh, that was
Why the
almost
fuck
not
are
20.
we-
That will not hit, unfortunately.
You know what? I'm gonna hero point that.
Sure. That will hit. Alright, 35 damage plus bleed. And Kavis's attack will also hit. 17. Alright. No crits, so the spell is not interrupted and disrupted, unfortunately. And so it ends up translocating successfully to right next to Yema.
Okay.
And is going to make a claw strike against you, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Which will not hit. Ooh, missing because of your warding tattoo specifically. Very
Heck
nice.
yes.
Alright, Epitaph, you're up. As the Daemon takes 6 points of bleed damage and does not overcome it.
All right. Question. Yama, do you currently have a weapon you can hit him up close with?
I do not, but I can just point blank stance.
Well, the thing is,
Indeed,
I'm just
fine.
wondering if I would get flanking if I went over there.
She
That's
has the
question,
ability to make
basically.
an unarmed strike, so you do get flanking.
Okay.
Yeah, they have to be able to
So-
make any sort of melee attack.
So I can move 45 feet because I have panache right now. I will
Beautiful
move
panache.
again. We moved quite a bit. And then I will slash.
Go for it.
Oh, come on. What is with these rolls? You know what?
Not friendly.
Screw it. I'll take the miss. Go ahead, hit me.
Yeah, that triggers its reaction for a withering opportunity. It will make a claw strike against you, which will also miss. Big whiffs all around, it looks like.
Yeah, that was
alright.
too. Actually, I don't know if I can retcon this or not. Just let me know. But I would like to use kind of a funny ability that I have.
Unfortunately, we've kind of already done the full move, and attack rolls.
Well, the thing
So-
is, it's part of the movement. Is I have statement strut, which lets me move up to my speed, and makes enemies in 30 feet make a will save.
Unfortunately, we've already moved past that with further rolls, so I'm going to say no,
Okay.
unfortunately.
Okay.
But good to know you have that. A very fun ability. Alright.
I just thought it would be hilarious.
Kavis. Probably going to stride after the Melody. Actually, he can't climb up that quickly, so he'll just have to go here with his first action. And, I probably... Oh my god, he has so many abilities. Ooh, he could, dual weapon blitz, which is a move and double slice, essentially, put together in 2 actions. So he'll do that to start. So, the Looming Arc. Hitting for 14, and the Morning Star. Hitting for 15 damage. Unfortunately, an air elemental specifically, does not bleed, believe it or not.
Oh.
I guess he'll just go with a one more strike for his last attack. Which will not hit. Alright. Way back to the top. With the Daemon next to you, Barris. Did not
Alright.
manage to frighten you properly. And, some damage needs to be done, I think. So, it is going to use a manipulate action. Would you like to to cast a spell specifically. Would you like to reactive strike that?
Yes, please.
Go for it. Ooh. Very nice. 35. He is just barely still alive. Because of that, he will successfully get off reaction rank 5 magic missile.
Ooh, that's not nice.
So that'll be 9 bolts total. So we'll go ahead and add an additional 8d4. One on. Do. Go. Perfect. 94 plus 9 mental damage. Or, sorry, should be force damage to you. Not mental.
Okay.
So 31 damage total.
Got it.
And this guy's basically dead at this point. Barely standing. Alright, that is going to take us to the new soldier creature. Who... Let's see, how does that ability work? Can't quite get that ability off, unfortunately. So is going to use one action to stride, second action, stride once more, and make a scythe attack against you, Epitaph.
Okie doke.
Now, it was moving during a move action within your reach, so it would have triggered a reactive strike if you would have wanted to make one against it before it got to you.
Sure, why not?
Unfortunately, that would not hit. Alright. Scythe against you for a grand total of 35 points of slashing damage. And I will need a will save from you. As the scythe tears into your chest, you see the cobblestones and dirt and trees around you immediately begin to warp. That is
Failure on a 14. Goodness.
just barely a failure. I don't know if you would like to re-roll that or not.
I got a 14 on that. I don't think I'm going to get much better, so I'll just take the failure effect.
You are confused.
Oh,
Uncertain
no.
who is an ally and who is an enemy, as everything around you begins to shift in how it looks.
No.
So on your turn, you will have to use all of your actions to strike or cast offensive cantrips. No other specific abilities or actions. It has to be just a basic strike attack. Unless you need to move in order to facilitate an attack. But if you take any damage, I believe, you get to make a DC 11 flat check to recover from it.
Correct.
Okay.
All right.
Good now.
Davina, you're up.
Okay.
And at this point, I should also specify the glowing ground fades, where the scythe tore at the dirt, just leaving a deep scar in the ground.
Let's see. Do this.
Courageous Anthem. All right.
What the fuck? That is a huge circle.
Yeah. A 60-foot
60
emanation.
feet.
Now,
Oh my god. Is it from where I'm standing?
yeah, you place it on yourself.
Sorry, Bearish and Yama. I think. Yeah, I think
So I
they are
believe I have
just
to actually
barely.
specify this to ask what type of performance are you doing, an auditory or visual one?
Visual.
Okay. So more like a dance or a pantomime or something funky.
Yeah.
Like that? Sure. No sound involved.
Yeah.
Holy
Ew!
Big. Unfortunately, yeah, Yema, you will not quite be in that area.
Yeah,
That's
Bearish
fine.
and Yama.
So, Asaya, Kavis, yourself, and
Epitaph.
Epitaph will all get that +1 effect.
Cool.
Yay.
Okay. Then I think at that point I will.
Ignition. All right.
Let's hope that fucking works.
That will not hit. I'm so sorry.
His rolls have been very persnickety.
Get the hero point back and cry a little bit.
At least I got bardic inspiration of.
Yes, you did. All right. Yema, that'll take us to you.
Okay. I'm going to enter mobile shot stance
Sure.
for 1 action, which does let me make reactions with my bow.
There you go.
And then I am going to make... I almost want to make archer's aim against this guy to make sure he's dead, which I think that I might do. Yeah.
Speaking of which, actually, you are in one of the daemon's auras at the top of your turn, so
Mhm.
I will need a fortitude save from you, please.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, you're fine.
Okay. Okay, then I will I'll just archer's aim the one down there to confirm the kill. And make sure I have all my bonuses. Okay, he's gone.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man had 4 hit points left. Deader than dead.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. Is the melody on the wind's turn once more. So I'm trying to remind myself of funky ruling because of the remaster changes. Do spells innately have the auditory trait?
Yes,
Still?
every spell has the auditory
Every
trait.
spell has the auditory trait. Gotcha. Good to know. Now, I imagine something like Courageous Anthem, since the composition spell specifically allows you to choose visual or auditory. If you're doing the visual version, it would not have an auditory trait on it.
Correct.
Okay, cool. That's important. Good to know. Good to know. Since the auditory trait is never directly shown on spells anymore, I was not recalling if they had it. I mean, what it wanted to do is not very effective anymore because the funky area is gone. So it is going to go ahead and make a wind gust against... Let's find out. Kavis. Which will miss. So it'll instead try and hit you, Davina. will succeed and will deal a grand total of 18 bludgeoning damage to you.
Ouchie.
And so it will check. It is going to attempt a mesmerizing melody against you, Hesea. Oh, sorry, it's every creature within 30 feet. So I will need Kavis, Davina, and Hesea to all give me a will save, please. Davina, unaffected. Hesea, how's your load looking? Huzzah! That looks like to me it works. Awesome. Davina and Hesea both entirely unaffected. Kavis will be fascinated for a brief bit of time.
What does fascination do again?
Fascination means you have to focus on the target of your fascination. So you take a penalty to perception and skill checks. You can't use concentrate actions unless they are related to the subject of your fascination. So you could seek and recall knowledge about them, but you couldn't really cast a spell targeting someone else.
Doesn't it go away if an ally takes damage, or is that only if they attack an enemy?
It ends if any creature uses hostile actions against the person who's fascinated or their allies. It's so bad. Hesea, you're up.
I walked away. Hold on.
Are you logged in?
I am. I think I was
Hi.
gonna. Can I unfascinate myself or
You are not
unfrighten
fascinated.
myself?
Frightened will automatically decrease at the end of each of your turns.
Okay, but if I clear mind, can I just take it off?
Ooh, I forgot you have clear mind. Is that a spell?
Yeah.
Is it a
She
spell?
has it on her staff.
It will attempt to counteract it, so you will roll, essentially, to see if you succeed.
Which you probably will, for what it's worth.
Probably. It was a, Okay. Well, so make sure you cast the spell as well.
She did.
The charges. Oh, she did. I missed that in chat. My god. I am bad GM tonight. Okay.
No, you're not.
let me Check. Always gotta pull out my stupid counteract DCs. Never recall them off the top of my head. Cast it as a second rank clear mind. 2 DC is Master's DC. They don't have one, so it's based off of the rank of the spell. So that is a success.
Yay.
However, the effect was not a third rank effect frightening you, but higher than that.
Mm.
So a regular success does not counteract the frightened on you.
Okay, so what does that mean?
You are still frightened, unfortunately.
Can I cast a level 1 heal on myself?
Absolutely. And let me actually check something real quick. Just because I want to on the wording of clear mind. Okay. The second part is actually effective here. You failed to counteract the effect, but you would have if its counteract rank were 2 lower. You would have. It was a 5th rank phantasmal killer, and if it was a 3rd rank, you would have counteracted it. So instead, you are simply not frightened until the start of your next turn. It is entirely suppressed. However, the frightened condition will also not decrease at the end of your turn because of this.
Dumb.
Yep, just had to check.
Counteract checks are complicated.
Counteract
Yes.
checks are funky. I enjoy them, but I always have to make sure I know the numbers properly. All right.
She had a pop it that remove curse and dispel, so there was constant counteracts going.
The biggest thing to note, Hesea, when it comes to counteracting things, is you typically want to use as high of a counteract as you can. So You only have
I
Clear
did.
Mind prepared at 2nd rank
Yeah.
in your staff.
Oh, okay.
No,
was
her
the
staff
downside.
has 4th
Oh,
rank.
it has it at 4th rank.
Yes.
So, if you were to do this again, you know what? Because you did not know, I would be fine if you had wanted to cast it at 4th rank.
Is that
Yes.
okay? I don't.
Yeah.
You didn't let that other guy cheat, so I don't want to cheat.
That is because he knew how his abilities work.
Okay,
I
fair.
think. I hope.
I forgot I had it.
Right. This is more of a matter of counteracting is weird, and I know you probably haven't come into contact with it before.
I have not.
Since the effect was a 5th rank spell on you, if you had cast it at 4th rank, a regular success would have counteracted the frightened on you. And just
Yay!
completely gotten rid of it. And
You
then
don't
I know
Scare
there might
me.
be some bias going on. Just,
you know what? Sure, I don't care. What are you gonna do about it, huh?
Oh my God,
You're up,
I'll
Barris.
sue. I'll
All
sue.
right. So
Epitaph, take a
so
free hero
Barris
point
sees
for buyers.
Yemma take out his knoll, and he's gonna target her knoll and cast this at 5th rank.
All right. I believe you are absolutely within 60 feet. Yup. Reflex save. It will fail and take full damage.
Very nice. Very nice. Oh, low rolls.
Wow.
Low
Oh.
rolls.
That's painful to look at. I'm sorry.
That was extremely painful to look at.
That was sad.
7d12 and it's 21. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
3 2s. A 2.
It's an average of
or-
That's an average of 3 per die.
Oh,
Yikes.
Oh yeah,
God.
there was 2 1s, 3 2s, a 7 and a 4, I think.
1 1, 3 2s, a 3, a 4, and a 7.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Yikes.
as his last action, he's going to stride.
All right.
Oh, hold on, man, I was on the measuring tool. My bad.
The
Right there.
measuring tool. Awesome. Well, that'll bring us to that Daemon's turn in particular, who is struggling, and is also the only one left alive as a reminder. So if you guys do want someone to interrogate, might want to think about non-lethally attacking this guy.
Does anybody have talking corpse?
I'm confused, so I don't have that option.
A non-lethal attack?
Doesn't it have to be lethal?
That's interesting. I don't think Confused says anything about that.
Oh,
It says I
yeah.
attack wildly.
I would say, yeah, you cannot choose to make non-lethal attacks if you're confused. The Melodamon, seeing that you're confused, I'm actually not even going to roll, is just going to focus their attacks on Yemma. And it is going to start with a Claw Strike, which does indeed hit, but the Warding Tattoo prevents the crit. Hot
Very
dog.
nice.
For 25 points plus spirit damage, which you... Oh yeah, resistance to all damage. My goodness.
From the warding tattoo, specifically.
Oh, because it's from a fiend.
Uh-huh.
Ah! Stop that. Well, since it hit you with a claw first and foremost, I will need a fortitude save, as its touch withers at your soul.
Okay.
That is a failure.
I'll keep it.
Okay. You will take a very terrifying 4 void damage, aka no damage. But you will also become fatigued as the downside, as hunger gnaws at your insides. Now it's going to try and grab you. Which is a success. You will become grabbed. And last but not least, it is going to make an athletics check to try and drink your blood, since it is grabbing you. Vampires, yay.
Vampire Daemons.
That is a success. So, you will become drained as your blood begins to leave your body through this horrifying monstrosity's mouth.
What, is the biting a manipulate action?
Technically, no.
Okay, that's fine.
It is only listed. The only trait that is listed on Drink Blood is Manipulate or Divine, hilariously.
Okay.
And it will regain some hit points. All right. That will do it for the Daemon's turn. Epitaph, you're up. As he takes 4 bleed damage.
Nice. I have a question.
Mhm.
I don't know how you can answer this without revealing anything, but I have deny advantage.
Mhm.
So are either of these creatures my level or lower?
It will actually track it automatically if
Oh,
they
okay.
make attacks against you, which is great. But you are also just generally off guard for being confused at the moment.
Gotcha. Okay.
So,
And I
but at
can't
this point,
try
I
to.
think you guys would be able to generally understand that the daemons are weaker than you, and so is the melody. But from what you guys have seen of this guy so far, you aren't certain because you haven't seen much out of it.
And I've never dealt with confused before. Is there any way I can take an action to try and snap out of it and roll
Unfortunately,
again,
no.
or no?
You just have to attack the
Okay.
creatures around you. So
What is with all the 3s today?
missing
hero point that.
constantly. Okay. And as a reminder, your target should be determined randomly by me.
Oh.
For your next targets, please continue attacking the daemon.
Why did you do that?
What did I do?
And last but not least,
What did I do?
attack the daemon.
It has to be basic attack, right? I can't use a finisher.
It has to be specifically the strike action. Unfortunately, that one will not hit.
That's all 3. So.
All right.
Also, did you say something earlier? I didn't.
Yeah, I just messaged you about it. Since I could have let you use your ability, and if I was going to let, say, cast at a different rank, I could have very well let you use your action. So go ahead and take a hero point for fairness' sake.
All right, thank you.
Cavis is going to, I guess, double slice the melody on the wind. Because I think that's what Cavis does. Just hits things.
Has he tried to intimidate it yet?
He could demoralize it to start if you guys would like him to.
Yeah.
Oh, they changed the basic action macros. Ah!
I know,
Even
interesting, isn't
exploration
it?
and downtime options. I hate this. I'm concerned. Oh god, you get to select your language specifically when you demoralize. That's fantastic. Alright. He will fail, because the melody on the wind doesn't know common. And it will become immune to his demoralize. So now he will attempt to double slice it.
Does Cavis have intimidating glare?
He
Yeah, unintelligible wouldn't have applied if he had it.
He doesn't.
Foundry smart enough for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
He does not.
But he
has
hit it.
He has intimidating prowess, which he gets a +1 circumstance bonus and ignores a penalty for sharing a language in a situation where you can physically menace the target. I don't think you can really physically menace a moving song.
Yeah.
But he does crit it, so you know what? Hot dog. That is 24 damage from the Gloaming Arc. And from the Morning Star. Let's forget double slice. That current map. Okay, I see. Do you guys want him to take the hero point or use a hero point here?
Use it.
Yeah, use it.
Sold. That's a hit. For another 12 damage to him. Alright. We are back up to the guy up top, and your confusion ends, Epitaph. Only confused for a round.
Oh, yay.
Now, however, since you did fail, you are not immune to its effect, and when it hits you again here, you are very likely going to have to make that save again.
Gotcha.
Unless... yeah, it can't do that again, unfortunately. So it is going to start with a Dream Scythe swing on you, Epitaph.
Are we?
Which, it's because it is higher level than you, so it does get flanking.
Since I'm higher level than the daemon, would they
Nope.
still count as flanking me?
They do. It's simply they can't get off guard on you. But they can
Gotcha.
still provide
Okay.
flanking.
Understood.
And I will need one more will save from you, unfortunately.
Alright. Oh, but, oh, I'm hero pointing that.
Sure. You are immune to this effect. You no longer have to worry about it. Since you have succeeded, you are able to harden your mind against the changing scenery as a scythe tears through you, and are unaffected. It's going to use a stride action if you would like to opportunity attack it here. The active strike, I
Please.
should say.
Actually, did the daemon next to me go already? I don't know their turn order.
It will go just before your turn.
I'm actually going to hold off. I'm going to
Okay.
save my reactive for if this thing tries to do a spell.
Sure. It is going to go after Barris then, and to make a strike against you, Barris.
Okay.
So let's see. That's... Brain's not working tonight. But you know what is working? The 20s on the dice. That is a grand total of 68 points of slashing damage to you.
Ow.
Deadly D10. And I will need a will save from you as well, Barris.
Okay.
As the scythe carves into your flesh. You are unaffected. Your mind a steel trap against the raging effects of stupidity. The changing scenery. Davina, you're up. Courageous Anthem expires. Okay, this is no longer fascinated.
I think
You do?
No, you don't.
Oh!
Close up the
Placing
party.
The fireball.
Or what?
Oop,
So-
just kidding.
Uh,
Sorry. I accidentally hit left click. I'm so sorry. How do I
Well, I
get rid of it?
do have... I can probably dodge it if you want to put it there.
I assume you wanted to place it where it only catches the Terror Guard and the Melody.
Yeah.
Which would go right around there.
And Barris too, apparently?
Barris is not in that AoE.
Oh.
It's just
Yeah.
the animation that clipped them a
Yeah.
little bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then yes, I would like to do that.
Okay. Who would you like to roll the save first?
Stupid thing that looked at me funny.
Okay. It is unaffected.
What a bitch!
It just skitters out of the way. Big stupid guy, on the other hand, will take full damage. if Davina rolls well, she could very well kill it here.
Yep.
It's a pretty good roll.
Wow.
It's still alive with 1 HP, isn't it? I
Fuck.
fucking hate it.
3 HP left.
Oh my god.
You got 1 action left. You can just Courageous Anthem again if you want. Don't forget.
Yeah.
You can do that every
Alright.
turn. Hot dog.
Well,
Maybe move closer first so that.
yeah, can I...
Yeah.
Is stepping a free action?
Stepping is 1 action.
Then I won't be able to do that. I'll do it anyway.
Okay. Since that'll still get you, Cavis, and Hasea in it.
Yeah. Sorry,
You
guys.
Going visual again, or auditory this time?
We'll do auditory this time. She'll just start stress singing.
He baited you.
You fool.
I'm sure he did bait me.
The melody
It's a
on
song
the wind
win.
will use its hostile duet reaction to take control of your auditory buff effect and buff itself. And I actually need to check what the area is.
I hate this game.
That gets the Daemon and the Guard in it, so they will both get the buff instead. Although the Terror Guard is immune to the Courageous Anthem. Oops. It's okay, the Daemon gets it. Alright, Yema, you're up.
Okay. I'm not going to escape. I'm actually just going to shoot this guy in his friggin' face.
Sure.
Non-lethally.
You know what? Yeah, non-lethally.
I do have a club.
Seconds.
Okay, I'm going to hero point that. Okay. And do I have a feat that mitigates the thingamabobber? There's a DC 5 flat check. I don't think I do.
If you're using a bow with reload 0, it counts drawing as part of firing and does not put the manipulate trait on the attack.
Amazing, beautiful. I love
just
it.
looking that up, actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
so non-lethal.
All right. Unlethal damage.
Okay.
We'll leave this guy unconscious.
Yes. Okay.
And bleeding out.
Shit. Okay. Well. More important things to worry about.
You are no longer grabbed.
Yep. I'm going to debilitating shot the this thing, so
Sure.
if I hit, it becomes slowed 1.
Alright.
Okay. Make sure all the stuff is here. Okay.
That will unfortunately
Okay.
not hit.
That's all I can do.
Alright. That brings us to the Melody's turn. The buffed Melody. Thank you, Davina. I very much appreciate it. You should know better than to allow when I'm involved. Let's see. It's gonna move over here. And its movement does not trigger reactions, so Cavis cannot do a reactive strike on it. And it is going to do a solid refrain at you, Yema. For 30 points of sonic damage.
Okay.
And on Davina as well. As thanks, one might say. It misses. Just barely. What a shame. Alright, Hasea, you're up.
Okay. So the only guy left is the wind guy and the skittery-doo?
And the skittery-doo, yep.
Whoa. Can I... Yeah, can I blast it?
Which one?
The wind.
The wind? Sure. So I would imagine you're choosing the either the 15-foot burst or the 50-foot line.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do the
Well,
burst, you can probably get both of them.
Yeah.
the burst would have to be placed
Right
like if she-
there.
there,
Right there.
which is not within 50 feet, or oh, it's within 120 feet of you. Yeah, so you could absolutely get both of them in it.
Boom shagoom.
All right. So would you like them to make a reflex save or a will save?
I don't know. I don't remember the difference.
Reflex is physical dodging ability. Will is mental ability.
I think the Skiddery-Doo has higher reflex, so Will
Yeah.
might be your best bet.
I'm thinking Will.
Yeah.
Okay. So choose the will version.
You have to click on it, Kim, in the
I'm
chat.
sorry. I got it.
No worries. All right. Who would you like to roll the save first?
The wind.
The wind. All right. Oh, should have a +1 to this from the Courageous Anthem. But it will fail either way. 28 points. What type of damage would you like it to be? Acid, bludgeoning, cold, electricity, fire, force, piercing, slashing, sonic, or spirit?
Nothing resists force. It's always the best option.
I'm gonna say force.
It's not always the best
Who's
option.
the force?
Okay, I mean, if there's a weakness, but otherwise...
Alright, Skiddery-Doo himself will succeed and take half damage.
Skiddery-Doo is tough.
Yes, the soldiers of the future. They strong.
Wonder
did
who they
that.
take after.
You've got one action left to say.
Oh,
You-
right.
Kind of on the
Who-
edge if you want to move closer.
Mhm. Can I can't single heal somebody unless I'm by them, right?
Correct.
Oakley dokley,
And
then
I will say, especially at this level of play, you're typically going to want to use a 2-action heal when possible, just because it heals so much more.
right.
You can use your
Well,
last
then
action to move since you're pretty far away.
Well, yeah, I like being far away. The bad guys aren't there.
Now, you do typically want to be within 60 feet of your allies, potentially. Since you have Breath of Life, you can potentially protect someone from dying as long as you're within 60 feet of them and have a 5th rank spell slot. And they're not undead.
Ha, teehee.
Alright. The only undead in the party right now is Barris. Unless Yema has something I'm missing.
No, Yema's alive.
Alright. Speaking of Barris, you're up. God, I
Alright.
forgot you got temp HP every turn.
Yes. Well, recharge spell strike.
Okay.
Let's go for it.
Who you striking? Well, I imagine.
Yeah, the thing that's gonna eviscerate me. And for the spell, let's go with let's just go with ignition. You know, it's worked well so far. Let's just keep going.
Okay.
You damnable fool.
Another 3. Unfortunately, that will crit fail.
Oh. And that's my turn.
AC at 36, what the frick?
Alright. Epitaph. We're up to you.
Okay. Question since this creature is at least 2 sizes larger than me, can I still tumble through?
Which one? That one?
The wind.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can only share a space with it if it is 3 sizes larger than you.
Gotcha. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do is for my first action, so I don't forget again, I'm going to do the strut.
Okay.
Where is it? Sorry, I've got so many feats.
I know.
Okay, here it is.
Okay. That is courteous comeback. Are you sure?
Oh, whoops. Wrong one. Why is that one highlighted? Before my strut was highlighted.
I do not know.
Oh, here it is. Sorry.
How are you dragging it into chat like that?
Yeah.
If you click like the picture on the left side of it, like when you hover them, it'll give you a chat box. And if you click on that, it'll actually fully put the description in chat. That way people don't have to open additional boxes. Okay. So all enemies within 30 feet of your movement, no matter where you are during that movement, have to make the will save. Fantastic.
Yep, so I'm going to be walking up to it before I make the tumble.
Okay. He will give a will save, which will crit fail. So they cannot use reactions until the end of your next turn. Very nice. This will not make the save because it is unaffected by mental effects.
Alright, and then where's the... Here it is.
A 32 just barely hits. Or just
That
barely
panache,
succeeds.
baby! Alright, so he is flat-footed now for my attack, correct?
Against the next attack you make.
Alright, and I will use a finisher against him.
Go for it. That looks like a hit to me.
Got all that in there. Okay.
So many dice. My goodness, 33 points of damage will be definitely enough to take the melody down.
Get fucked, you stupid air elemental.
I've had enough of your low-class singing.
There's only one enemy now remaining. Cavis's turn. Cavis is gonna book it over here, I guess, with 2 actions. Man just hits things. That's all he does. So
And interrogates.
He'll use his 3rd action to move right here. Get Barris into his aura. Alright, we are up to the soldier's turn. Top of the round.
Oh boy.
Barris and Cavis may make opportunity attacks if they would like, as it is going to use its first action to stride.
Yeah.
Cavis hits. Barris, unfortunately, does not. And it is going to stride here with its first action.
Uh-oh.
And is going to draw a line in the ground once more. The glowing effect that it created. That's not what I meant. We'll fill those spaces right there in the ground.
Let me check. I may have been able to take a reactive strike on it.
This is not a...
okay, yeah, I'm wrong.
This has a bunch of traits, but not manipulate. Alright, Davina, you're up.
Okay.
I have so many circles on the board from the number of auras that are active.
I actually have a bard build where it's nothing but auras.
How to make your GM cry a little bit.
I crash the game at the same time.
Right? Davina.
Are you muted, Davina?
No,
Next.
I'm reading my shit.
She's got to think.
That's fair.
Let her choose.
Who reads in this game?
Sudden bolt.
Someone that has never played a fucking druid in tabletop before.
You will have to use your first action to
Yes.
move first, as it is not within 60 feet of you, nor really within line of sight due to the carriage. I know I didn't set up walls on the carriages, but they are actually there.
First action move here, and
There
then
you
sudden
go.
bolt.
Alright. Reflex save. It will crit fail that with a nat 1 and take double damage. Yikes. Oh boy! That's a hefty 80 damage to it right there. Alright, Yema, you're up.
Okay. I am going to make a... Have we seen this thing use reactive
You
strikes?
have not yet.
Okay.
So far, it's been the one to move away from others.
Okay. In that case, I am going to enter...
Oh, fuck, I
no.
could have used that heightened.
Have we seen it cast spells?
You haven't... It did a weird breath on people. I'm not sure realistically if you saw that, though, because of the carriage in the way. But there's definitely some screaming earlier.
Okay, I'm gonna assume that it doesn't do too many manipulate actions, but I also... I'm just gonna stay how I am. Okay, first off is Debilitating Strike.
Okay. The slowed.
I will use my last hero point.
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, unfortunately.
Then instead I will make an assist parting shot. I'm gonna parting shot.
Okay.
So
you do
I
not have the actions for a parting shot if you did a debilitating shot as well. Both are
No,
2 actions.
parting shot is 2 actions? Fuck, I thought it was 1. Okay. Then I'll go ahead and just make an assisting shot in that case.
Okay. That will just barely miss, unfortunately.
37 AC.
37
Okay.
AC, yes.
Okay. That's my turn.
Alright, and no benefits for assisting shot if it misses, correct?
Correct.
If it hits, the next person to attack gets a circumstance bonus. Gotcha. Alright, Hasea, you're up.
Can I do a font of healing?
Font of healing.
What is it called? The field of life?
Field of life? Looking for it?
Yeah, 6th rank spell.
Yeah, absolutely. So now keep in mind you have to place it within 30 feet of you. So you'd have to place it here. If you wanted to move first, you absolutely could.
Yeah, I want to move, but also I have that farther spell casting.
Yeah, you could also do that as an action first if you wanted to extend the range of it with reach spell.
Okay. Oh no, I can't get everybody.
You might not want to get everybody, considering Barris might,
He's undead.
catch on fire.
If you get there, it'll catch a lot of people.
Yeah, that'll get
If you see
Davina,
where I
Okay.
have it
Davis, and
placed.
Yama.
That's the one.
All right. So each
Question, is that going to
living
heal the enemy, though?
I think it's undead.
This will happen at the start of any creature's turn that begins its turn in that area. And this is a sustained effect, Hasea, so on future turns, if you want this area to remain, you'll have to use an action to keep it up.
Just one though, right?
Just one, yep. The sustain action, as we call it. Alright, Barris, you're up.
Whoosh. Crap balls.
That's
So
a word.
Yeah, this line in front of me, what does it look like visually?
So you watched as whatever this thing is plunged its scythe arm into the ground and raked it through the stones and dirt. And with this small fissure, golden light began to emerge and is kind of flowing upwards about 2 feet off the ground before it fades out. So there's just sort of a wall of light surrounding it.
Okay. Then... Hmm.
I love the smoke coming off your token from the Arcane Cascade fire effect.
Alright, I'm gonna stride.
Sure.
Oop, shit. To right there.
Okay.
Recharge my spell strike.
Okay.
And then try to strike it normally.
Sure. Decided to choose caution. Interesting. That will crit fail just barely.
And that's my turn.
All right. Epitaph, up to you.
So nice having a turn faster now that things are dying.
Isn't it nice?
All right.
No more panache.
First action, I'm gonna go here. And I'm going to use mobility to move half my speed and not proc any reactions.
Okay.
Can I occupy this space if
Yep.
this thing's not dead?
Yeah, if they are prone on the ground, you can occupy the same space as them. Which I should mention, they're bleeding out pretty heavily at this point.
I can oil of unlife them if it's necessary.
I'm not a medic, so it's up to you. Alright, so that's 2 movements, and don't want to risk stepping into that aura, so I'm just going to, actually,
Why is no one gonna risk
faint.
it?
How long does a faint last?
Typically, it only stays your turn.
Okay, does that give me panache though if I succeed?
What type of... You are a wit-focused swashbuckler, so you gain panache when you succeed at a bon mot.
Okay, because I know tumble through regardless does it, but I
you guys
couldn't
have also
remember if
seen
anything
at
else
this point, based off of the last turn, that this creature is immune to your mental effects. So something like a feint or a bon mot would do nothing to it. You could not succeed against it.
Alright, in that case, I'm gonna just hit him.
Okay.
Try to.
Not hit,
I should say.
You sure you don't want to tumble through into its little wall of light?
Not unless I was healed. In which case, I am not.
That's fair. All right, Cavis's turn. So here's the question for you all. First and foremost, Cavis heals a d8, which I believe you rolled a 4 on that field of life, Hasea. So Cavis at full health will heal 4 hit points.
Oh no, I just realized something. Unless this guy heals through positive energy, this AoE is going to damage him on top of the bleed.
What a shame.
Oh, shit.
What a shame.
Okay.
Which actually, I want to give him his flat check to see if he overcame the bleed at the end of last round. Or during this round. He would have actually stopped bleeding. And
that's good,
I'll
at
give him
least.
a recovery check as well, just to see. Okay, so he would be at this point at dying 2. Just for everyone's reference.
Say it, don't sustain.
No, I'll get him up. It's fine.
I'll leave it up to you guys. Does Cavis move into this space and attack? Or does he brave the wall of light and go for the flank? He's at full health.
I vote just have him next to me.
Yeah, he's cautious. He wouldn't take unnecessary risks.
Here he goes then. Alright, he will do a double slice. Hitting the first one. And missing the second one because of his double slice, unfortunately. So dealing 15 damage to the soldier. Alright, way back to the top, we are up to the soldier's turn. Followed by Demon, then this guy will make his recovery check. Or followed by Davina, then this guy will make his recovery check.
No, Demon's still accurate.
That's, you know what?
She's a little psychopath. That's fine.
The guard, I mean, it's just gonna make some, you know what's terrifying is how many reactive strikes it's gonna proc if it moves. Is that 4 that'll happen?
It should move.
Roughly.
Ooh, it wants
As
to get the
funny
fuck
as it
out of
would be,
here.
Not again.
Does it actually want to risk that?
It wants to move and get out of here.
You know what?
Got 37 AC. I think it's got a decent shot, even if it does.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I think it's going to take that risk. If all 4 of you want to make a reactive strike against this creature, it's going to stride.
Yes.
A miss from Epitaph. A hit from Yema. And a miss from Barris.
Wow.
How is Kavis's luck?
Not good. Kavis does the worst. So we'll take 10 damage and stride to here. And it's going to draw another line in the ground.
Performing some kind of ritual.
He's playing Tetris.
Yeah, pretty much. He's saying, come into my funny walls if you want to hit me. I dare you. And I need to check how long that one's going to last. Okay, perfect. Davina, you're up. I'm just playing this enemy to be a nuisance.
No, really?
Someone's going to have to step into my funny area.
I'll do it if you tell me if it's a one-turn thing or if it's a lasting effect.
Davina, at the top of your turn, go ahead and heal 3 hit points. This Field of Life was cast at 6th level, yeah, so 6th rank. So no height on it yet. A slashing gust. Go ahead and make your attack roll. That'll hit.
At an 18 just hits. Is
20
annoying.
points of damage. Plus 64 bleed damage. However, unfortunately, this thing is a construct. It does not bleed.
Yeah, that's alright.
It is Robit. Beep boop. Alright, you've got 1 action left, Davina. What would you like to do? Give it to everyone this time, why don't you? Hot dog.
That'll help.
Alright. Everyone gets a +1. The Daemon is going to make their recovery check now, DC 12. And will succeed. They are down to dying 1. But also, at the top of their turn, none of that really matters. Because they're going to take 5 vitality damage. Go up to dying 2 again.
Oh, no.
Damn
They
it.
are, in fact, undead. They're vampires.
Well, hey, at least this
Yep.
is not going up any.
What would you like to do?
Oh, sorry, it's my turn?
Yes, it is.
Okay. I worry if I heal this thing. Actually, if I heal this thing, we might be able to kill its friend before it gets another turn.
Speaking of which, at the top of your turn, go ahead and heal 3.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead. 1 action, pull out an Oil of Unlife.
Okay.
And then
Harm it.
one act. You could harm it if you wanted to do that on your turn, Hasea.
Would that wake it
Um,
up?
Do
Yes.
you want to use? Oh.
So will
But-
a Veil of Unlife, though.
Well, do you want? Since you actually do damage, do you want to kill this
Yeah.
Scribble Scrabble and I'll heal the dude?
Yeah, I think that would be good.
If he tries to get up, I can reactive strike, but use my club.
Well, hilariously, he'll have to crawl before he can stand up, because he can't stand up while you're standing on top of him.
Just standing on his head.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yema, you could have shot him from where you were. The wall
Oh,
of lights
oh.
don't give cover.
Okay.
They
Well-
are a very like translucent.
Okay.
incorporeal
It's
wall of
not a
light.
wall of force.
No, these are just
It's a
like a
trap.
light effect that's filling the space.
I'm probably being baited, but that's okay.
Potentially.
I'll go ahead and triple shot this guy then, because he's
Okay.
getting low on HP.
First one's a hit.
Okay. I was doing that wrong. Would a -4 have hit? 39 would
-4
hit,
does
right?
still hit.
Okay.
Not with the greater cover this wall of light gives him, it doesn't. Alright, 16 points of damage. Second shot will unfortunately not hit. Oh, you're
Oh.
also in volley range.
Fuck. Yeah,
The third
Okay.
attack will not hit either.
Whatever. It's fine.
Alright. Hasea, you're up. Hasea, would you like to sustain your field of life?
Definitely not.
Okay.
Definitely yes.
I think you should, because as long as you harm the guy, he's not gonna die from it.
So can I do a 2-action harm so that
Yeah.
because he's far away, and then can I use my last action to sustain?
Absolutely. And what rank harm would so this is where I think most people would probably agree, not doing a rank 5 harm, because you guys want to keep
Yeah.
it just kind of on the edge of unconsciousness.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you
you're
could
right.
get away with only a rank 1 or 2 harm here.
Oh yeah, let's
Probably be
harm him
fine.
barely.
So I'll give you that spell slot back.
Thanks, boss.
Yeah.
We're edging him, huh?
This is just torture.
Make it weird.
So yeah, 14 health back. He will very likely... He definitely won't go down at the start of his next turn again.
Yeah.
So no longer dying, but he is at wounded 2, I should specify. Waking up unconscious on the ground and burning.
Yeah, that's what he deserves.
Alright. Barris, we're up to you.
All right, I'm
and
gonna
since
try to.
this guy's conscious again. Actually, you're already fatigued and you don't take void damage. I'm not gonna make you roll. You know what? No, roll the save against the aura in case you get a free hero point. You're fine.
Okay, I'm going to cast needle darts at this thing.
Okay.
I'm not using any special metal.
Sure. Just a regular
Just
needle
like
darts.
Yeah, just regular needle darts.
Funny darts. Target. A 38 hits. Hot dog. Yes. 21 points of
Yeesh.
damage. All right. Very, very nice.
And as my third action, I will cast shield.
Okay. Y'all are cowards. You know that?
What do you mean?
No, we're just smart.
Epitaph. 6 health back to you at the top of your turn.
Yay. Alright. Oh, this guy is technically awake now, right?
Yep.
In that case, I'd like to tumble through him.
Sure.
Oh, Jesus.
Wheel. No.
Alright.
kind of bites your ankle as you try and step away.
Okay. So I was going to go here and then tumble through down to here.
Oh, I see. So...
Because I don't think I can tumble through while on top of him, can I?
No. So yeah, I'd allow that. So you step out and then... But you do not get the tumble through past that. Cool.
Okay.
And take your hero point.
I already grabbed it.
Nice.
I'm going to try one more time.
Sure.
Because tumble through is part of a movement, is that correct? Or have I already used 2 actions?
I'd say only one, because tumble through is a move in and of itself. So if your first one was, like, tumble through, move, and then go through, and then this time you can go through him as your second action. That would take...
So now I can get my panache.
And it would take you 25 feet of movement to get there, I believe. Or 30, actually. So it counts as difficult
I have 35
terrain.
feet of movement.
Yep. So you have 5 more.
Okay. Do I have to use the whole thing?
No. If you wanted to end there, you could.
Yeah, I'll just end here.
Okay.
And then for my last action, I am going to try and hit him non-lethally with my cane. To try and just knock him out.
So if he goes unconscious again, he will... non-lethal, I guess he won't be immediately at dying, but when he takes damage from this field at the top of his turn then, he will immediately be at dying 3.
Yeah, we're trying to keep him...
I know that, but he's also got attacks and other stuff. So that's why I don't think this sustain was a good idea, but... yeah. I'll do it non-lethal. I got another hero point!
Wahoo! So
I'm farming hero points over here.
Alrighty.
We farming, boys.
Cavis is at full health. I'm not going to roll his d8. He has... How does that work? Does anyone in the party wish to move closer to Yagai here?
I'll do it.
Busy farming hero points.
Because if Cavis, like, strides here first, he could use his last 2 actions for a coordinated charge that allows him to stride and strike, and then all allies within 60 feet can use their reaction to stride, ending closer to the creature that he attacks if they would like to.
Sure.
So,
I'll move here, I guess.
Okay. And that does use your reaction as a reminder, so you don't have to.
I can't use any other reaction while I'm up there, so that's fine.
So he'll go ahead and do that. He'll make an attack against him, running around it, of course. No one wants to run into his area. He has 1 hero point left. Would you guys like him to use it?
Yes.
Yep.
Yep.
No dice, unfortunately.
Oh, so close.
And anyone who would like to use their reaction to move closer to this thing may.
I would.
Okay.
I'm in the measuring tool. I'll move to right there.
Sure. Hasaya, would you like to move at all?
No.
Okay. Yema, no move
Well, yeah,
for you.
can I move into the aura?
Like to hear?
Yeah.
Sold. So you can start healing as well.
Hot dog.
I would not like to move.
Okay, and you keep your reaction then. We are up to the soldier's turn, and unfortunately, his first wall will run out. So you know what? He's going to do another one with 2 actions.
Another one.
Look, man, I don't want anyone approaching. And if Cavis hadn't gotten in melee, he would have fully blocked himself off. But now...
He really wants somebody to go into that field.
He really wants to. It's kind of funny if someone does. Actually, at this point, it's more that I want someone to go into it.
That's my point.
So we will do that. And that. We'll just keep the area he had last. Almost a 5. Okay. But he does still have 1 more action with which he can attack Cavis. Cavis is within his reach. Actually... No, Cavis is within his reach, yeah. You... Scything Cavis. with a crit. Now, Cavis finally gets to use his... Oh, he has his reaction. He can Iron Command here as a champion reaction. And force the Terror Guard to either drop prone or take mental damage. The soldier will choose to take mental damage, which it is immune to.
Isn't it? Aren't both technically mental effects?
Yeah,
He's
the
commanding
whole thing
it
is
to
a
heal?
mental effect, so he would be entirely unaffected by it.
So why is Cavis using his reaction?
You know what? Actually, yeah. Well, because it would give him a bonus to his damage if he wanted to. But he could save it for a reactive strike. But probably not. Yeah, he'll just do this for the bonus spirit damage that he can deal. No spirit damage has been done to this creature yet, so you guys...
Okay.
And the other
Fair
option
enough.
is void damage.
Honestly, any
enough.
damage is good at this point.
Yeah.
However, he will take 64 points of damage and have to make a will save. Which he will resist and be fine. He will not be confused and potentially kill Barris. Kind of what I was hoping for. Alright, Davina. Up to you. So as an FYI, you cannot non-lethal a spell like this. So if you chain lightning into this guy, is
Not
going to
that
kill
guy.
him. Oh. Okay, you only
This
want to target
guy.
this guy?
I don't care if it's an AoE.
Well, chain lightning, the benefit of it is you get to keep bouncing it to other living enemies.
Oh shit, okay, yeah,
So,
never mind.
Like, chain lightning would have been amazing at the start of the fight when there were a lot of enemies on the board, because you could have hit
Just
potentially
kidding.
all of them.
Can she
Yep.
still use it on a single target?
Yeah, you can. There just might be better options, potentially, if you wished to.
Gotcha.
But that is also a very good spell on its own if you just wanted to use it.
Yes, chain lightning is amazing.
Do you have any heal spells? I could use some healing.
Told you had to be nice to me.
Have I been rude so far?
I give you the stink eye.
I think it was Barris that was questioning your healing.
Oh, I take it back then. Sorry.
I'm human. I enjoy the healing. I'm human. I need it. Barris is the one who's undead and doesn't like it.
All right, I'll give you a little of the good touch when it's my turn.
Oh,
A little bit
baby.
of the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think
Give me
I
that
took
good
any
touch.
healing spells except for stabilize on a technicality.
Hymn of Healing.
Well, then
will
why do we
heal
have to be
as
nice
well.
to
Yeah.
you?
That also blows 2 of my actions, and
It
I want to
does.
kill this thing.
Yeah, and Chain Lightning is your highest damaging spell, so if you want high damage, you could just cast that. It will still deal high damage.
Can I just choose the single target?
Yeah, you can choose. Basically, you get to choose to bounce it.
Okay, then I'll cast it and then just not bounce it to the dude that we want to keep alive.
Because you can end the chain whenever you want.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Reflex save for the soldier. It will regular succeed, so he'll take half damage. Half of 8d12.
That looks like so much.
26 points of electricity damage. It's still standing.
God. Mother bleep.
And
Yeah,
got
well,
one
you gotta
action-
finish this.
You got one action left, Davina.
I think I will. Who's next?
I am.
Yima? Okay.
Do you have guidance or something?
Yes.
Okay.
Congratulations.
The one thing I will say about that, Courageous Anthem is just guidance that affects everyone.
Oh, okay, then never mind.
Yeah. Guidance is not quite as good if you have the ability to use Courageous Anthem. It does have its niche uses, but...
Yeah, then I guess it's my turn.
Okay. There is your guidance, Yema.
Okay.
And it's actually the Daemon's turn next.
Bro, stay down.
Let's see how much damage he takes. Oh, Davina, did I roll the D8 health you got back at the top of your turn?
No.
I don't think I did. So the Daemon takes 8. My apologies. And you, Davina, will heal 3. Very effective healing.
I mean, considering it's everybody over time, it's tiny each time, but...
Yeah. Oh, goodness. It's going to use its first action to stand up. I don't know if you'd like to use your reaction to shoot at Yema.
If it goes down, it'll be what, dying 3?
You could non-lethal as your reaction.
Yeah. I'm gonna non-lethal.
Shoot him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I told you to stay down, motherfucker!
It growls at you.
He growls back.
So does Davina,
Ominous.
actually. She growls back.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he's going down.
Sit the fuck.
All right. Not dead,
You need
just unconscious.
You need a time out.
And pinned to the ground as well, technically, by the arrow.
Yep.
All right, then. Now it is your turn, Yema.
Okay.
Here's
I'm...
your healing.
Yep.
1.
I'm gonna go ahead and just triple shot.
Okay.
Okay, so double, triple...
And you can use guidance on one of them.
Mm-hmm. Guidance. Okay.
Did you want to move first so you're not in volley range?
No, because then I can't triple shot.
Oh, right. First one will miss, unfortunately. But guidance made it not a crit fail. If that matters for anything.
Doesn't.
Unfortunately
God.
not.
Really? I didn't... Three attacks and I didn't roll above an 8.
Oof. Alright.
Okay.
Hasea, we're up to you. And at the top of your turn, you will heal 6 hit points.
Yay!
Now that the Daemon is unconscious once again, do you want to sustain, or do you want to let your field of life go?
Let it go at this point. This is
Yeah.
way too much hassle having to balance this.
Yeah, I think now's the time to let it go.
Yeah, let's do that. In the future, if I do this again, can I move it when I sustain it, or do I have to keep
No,
it in the same
unfortunately.
spot? Okay.
Certain spells can be moved when you sustain, but Field of Life specifically only stays in its area. A lot of spells actually stay in their area.
It was a good idea. It's just we forgot that this guy was just gonna get hurt by it.
Yeah. If he wasn't there, it would have been fantastic.
Okay. Why are you giving me such a hard time right now? You did do it work.
Are you talking to
Then
the GM or the computer?
whatever. Well then I'm just gonna bone shaker it and I'll heal you later. You'll be fine, I'm
I
sure.
will let you know this. While it does look like a skeleton, it does not have a skeleton. Bone Shaker would not affect this creature, and you could be pretty confident in that before you cast it.
But it looks like bones.
It looks like bones. It does not have bones, though.
Look at the bones.
I mean, you know what? Technically, it does have a skull on it. I'll allow Bone Shaker if you want.
Stick of your bones.
Okay, so 3 actions.
I put that in the wrong chat.
It will have to make a Fortitude save, which is its best save. So it will succeed for full damage and enfeebled 1. And that is enough damage to rip the thing's head off.
Hooray!
Yay!
Now,
Good job,
we
everybody.
have one last important thing.
No, we
As
don't.
this creature dies,
It's gonna blow up.
Hasea,
Ooh.
or in this case, should I say Kashmi,
Huh?
what memory of yours was within this creature that dies with it?
Oh my god.
Can it be the time that
Cool.
Aranth died?
Sure.
Could it be my wedding? Could it be all the
Yes.
other horrible, traumatic things that you have done to me?
It can be
Do
one
not
memory
forget
of your
your
choice.
wedding.
I want to give up the memory of the time that I lost my mirror
Okay.
and that
sold.
Gabbles got tortured. I didn't like that.
Kashmi loses that memory. Or at least that memory was gone, but now she has no chance of getting it back. As this creature dies and the energy powering it vanishes. So, over the next few seconds, the fissures of light will fade from existence as well. What would you all like to do next?
I wanna
Is
go
combat
rummage.
over?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, let's get patched up.
I'm going to tie up the vampire.
Yeah.
If we all huddle up, can I cast a 3rd rank heal and get us all?
If you wanted Barris to stay back when you do that.
Yeah, well, he's not here anyway. Oh, he is back. Never mind. Step back, my guy.
Yeah, I'm getting the far away from this. Am I out of the emanation? Also,
Yeah.
you're gonna kill the knoll if you do
you
this.
can drag it away, or everyone can
yeah.
walk away.
Yeah,
We are not in combat now.
All right, you all gather around. I'm going to use one of my
Ooh, that's pretty.
Go ahead and roll your healing, Hasea. And Davina, go ahead and give me a blind perception check. And everyone except Barris can heal 34 hit points.
Is that the proper amount of healing?
Mm-hmm.
I thought doing a 3rd gave like an extra bonus on top of the
You
rolls.
only get the +8s if you're doing the 2-action version. A 3-action version of Heal or Harm doesn't get the flat bonus because it's an AoE.
But I still have a second. I can do a 2-action on you. I see you're still really hurt. I got more.
Since we're out of combat,
If
you
you
could
did
also
not-
treat wounds, Hasea, if
Yeah.
you would like.
Oh, how do you treat wounds?
If you use your basic action macros while targeting him, you can treat wounds.
Oh my god, I've never had to do this before.
That
This
is
is so exciting.
That's your out of combat healing, so it takes 10 minutes to do. And it can heal them. You can also do your risky surgery if you want to stab him first to heal him better.
Risky surgery is always
Risky surgery is
good.
always a good option.
How do I do that? It's not on the basic actions.
I would disagree unless you're going for a higher DC.
On your character sheet itself, in your actions tab, you have a toggle for it. You can toggle risky surgery.
Also, Kashmi, when you do it, you want to make sure that you select Medicine DC Master.
So, do you have the treat wounds / battle medicine box open right now?
Yeah.
So you want to set treat wounds box, leave as is. The next box, medicine DC, where it says train DC 15. Set that to master DC 30 plus 40 healing.
I hear you saying words. But I lost you at once you're in the box.
Let me go ahead.
So here,
I'll take a screenshot and send it to you.
Thank you.
So when you go to the basic action macros, you'll want to go to the battle medicine or treat wounds, and it'll give you a list of little tabs that you can click on. You'll just look for the one. Oh, go ahead.
It's because I can't target you.
Really?
Do you have me selected?
Yes.
Oh, maybe it's because you're not next to me.
Yeah. Okay, so master DC plus 40?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And did you toggle the risky surgery on it as well?
I think so.
You have to target it in that box as well for the future, but that's okay. You don't have to do it
I
there.
didn't.
Because you crit succeeded anyways with it.
Well,
So,
be healed, my guy.
6 damage to
Thank
epitaph
you.
and then 62 healing. Very nice. It might have rolled the 6. I don't know if you rolled a d8 on your own there or if it did it automatically.
I clicked the damage thing because it rolled a d8 for it.
It looked like
Tell
it
you
all
it's-
worked properly.
Not as fun healing this way.
And then he
I
is
agree.
now immune to it for 10 minutes. So after 10 minutes, you could treat wounds again on him.
Okay.
So you
Can
can
I-
just walk around and treat wounds on everyone for a
Perfect.
little bit if you wanted.
Except
and-
me.
She has
No.
Stitch Flesh. She could do it.
Oh,
on
she
you.
does.
Mhm.
Yes, thank you.
And since you guys are not necessarily at risk of another fight, you do not have to do all this rolling if you don't want to. We'll just assume about an hour or so passes, and you heal up everyone. Actually, she has
Did you
Ward
pick
Medic,
up Ward Medic? Okay.
She does. So with Master, she can treat up to 4 targets at a time. So
Be healed,
realistically,
everybody.
It would take, we'll say 30 minutes. Everyone can go up to full health.
Yay.
So it's right around 10 a.m.
Yeah, she
by the
crit-
time everyone heals.
Yeah, she
Okay.
crit healed everyone, or at least 4 people for that.
When there isn't a risk of fighting or anything going on and you're not on a time limit, I typically say you guys can just not worry about rolling and go up to full. Now I will say everyone who is fatigued is feeling an unbearable hunger still.
Let's eat something.
Oh, get away from me.
And the
I
moment...
searched the wagons.
Yes, I have a couple people that have already said they're doing that and rolled perception checks for it. If you would like to roll a perception check as well, you may. Once anyone who is fatigued takes a bite to eat, they may get rid of their fatigued condition, as it vanishes as soon as you eat a little something.
Are there any
Well-
snacks in the cart?
Well, I say you're spending this time healing everyone, so you can't really make a perception check here as well, unless you're doing that after you heal. But while you're healing,
Yeah.
everyone else is taking a look. Taking a look through these 3 carts, the one in the center is entirely empty. Each of the other ones holds a single one of these soldiers as well. Currently sort of slumped forward and not glowing. They don't seem to be activated at the moment.
Hold their heads off.
Yeah, let's... It... Does it seem like we can dismantle them without damaging them? Or, like, make sure they can't come on without damaging them?
Disable device, you mean?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm asking.
Unfortunately, the highest rank of crafting in the party is trained right now. And the highest rank
okay.
of thievery is trained as well.
Okay.
I'd say with the base knowledge the party has, none of you would be confident in like finding a permanent off switch on these things.
Well, let's at
Let's-
least take one of their heads off.
Yeah, let's take their heads off in that case.
Okay. Just destroy them so that they can't be used, which is your job. Your job is destroy these things, don't forget.
Jericho?
Mhm.
Since Varys, his only food supply is his group and the gnolls. Does anybody want to donate a couple drops of blood?
Nose goes. No!
Yeah, Yema will
I'll
go
do it.
ahead.
Oh, okay.
Or
Jericho-
we can split the blood.
Well, I was just gonna make a nick in my hand, put some in like a small shot glass that he has and give it to him.
Varys will tip the shot glass to you. Thank you, good sir, and he'll just pound it back.
It's the finest vintage you'll have.
Oh,
Hey,
believe me, it is good.
Davina, were you gonna say something?
Yeah. First of all, what the fuck is that?
That's one of the boys in that cart. Just like there's one down here. You guys are destroying them right now.
Oh, okay.
We can make them open again. Just like that.
I did not. I am so sorry. I did not hear you if you explained what was in the fucking carts when she was looking through them.
These.
Oh, okay.
Deactivated. Not currently turned on yet.
I want to stab it.
They have been destroyed.
Okay, good.
Stab it for good measure.
Stab.
Destroy. All right.
Is there anything else that could kind of point them in the direction of where they...
Unfortunately, aside from one of those soldiers in each cart, the carts were entirely empty.
Perhaps
Weird.
these were prototypes?
Have we seen these before? Or are these ubiquitous around modern day Geb?
These are the brand new soldiers that were being taken to Yled for their first, unveiling / test run. And you guys have been hired to destroy them. These have never been seen before.
Okay.
And the Daemon Knoll vampires you guys have not seen before either, I don't believe. Anyone who wishes to could make a recall knowledge check to see if they've heard of them before, at least, but it's a pretty high DC because they're kept pretty close under wraps.
I have a -1 to recall knowledge.
You're
intelligence is still a
stupid.
-1. No, your intelligence is +4.
Why do I have a -1?
I don't know.
I have a -1 as well.
Click it and see what the modifiers are.
It
okay.
doesn't let me see modifiers.
Hold on. Let me take... Oh, I don't have ownership, so I can't see.
It's a little weird. Just use your recall knowledge and it's showing up just fine.
Okay. Also, Ray's shield also has a -1.
Yeah, don't worry about it. There have been some weird updates recently with Foundry.
All of the expert too.
Yeah. I don't think that actually means anything. It's on the take cover toggle. Davina and Yema, did either of you wish to make recall knowledge checks?
I'm not gonna try to. I have no skills.
Fair.
You're dumb too,
I'm so dumb.
but you're pretty.
Yo.
And that's all that matters.
Epitaph
Where did
is
it fucking
untrained
go?
in pretty much every typical recall knowledge skill, unfortunately, aside from expert or society. Okay. Wow. You guys have never seen these before.
Perhaps I should have built a different character.
We get any hero points from our rolls?
No. You would not get a hero point if it was a blind roll, and no one rolled a 1 here. I will say the highest roll was a 7.
Hot damn.
The lowest was a 3.
I rolled the 3, didn't I?
You did. You rolled a 3, Hasea rolled a 4, Barris rolled a 6, and Epitaph rolled a 7.
Oh my god.
Go team. We're all dumb.
Yeah, after
But
that
pretty.
fight, no one's
in-
smart.
Listen, in Davina's defense, she is a feral little freak of nature, so she, she wouldn't know what the fuck that is.
Davina would have had the highest chance of running into these creatures before.
Oh, good. Okay, well, yeah, she's just an idiot, I guess.
Oh, speaking of which, you destroyed 2 more of these things. What memories does Kashmir want to lose?
Oh, not like this.
They weren't glowing!
That just means they weren't turned on. They still have a fragment of your soul in them. That's the magic that makes them work.
Do you remember that day that me and Amira went and we sold those drugs in that really rich neighborhood and she reached out and held my hand for the very first time?
I do.
Oh, no.
Do you
And then-
still?
What?
Do you still remember that?
Remember what?
Oh, No.
What about the other one?
And do you remember those times that I used to get all those spiders for Slither and I thought he smiled?
Mm-hmm.
And he wasn't a backstabbing son of a bitch motherfucker?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Yep, that's the time.
Okay. 2 days that have just
What's that?
vanished from Kashmi's memory.
I also
There's
want to go on
more.
record to
It'll be
say that
fine.
you two are never doing the distraction again.
What?
A cat shit in gold? Really? Platinum? What was it?
Yeah, that was pretty
It happened.
yeah.
I thought it was perfect.
That worries me.
Understatement of the century. This
I
group
would have
right
stopped.
here, it worries me. So, you
Can
guys-
I?
Mhm.
I want to set the other two gnolls on fire.
Okay.
Wait, what if we just wait till he wakes up and then set them on fire so he sees them burning?
Okay, that sounds like a good idea. So I want to drag that other gnoll to like right here.
Sure.
Can I nominate Davina to be our torturer?
That Cavis was going to be our torturer because that's
Yeah,
kind of his thing.
Cavis is that's kind of his shtick.
Oh,
Davis is
Yeah.
taking a smoke break on the ethereal plane right now. Please leave a message after the dial tone. I also feel like half of Cavis's torture is just sicking Davina on them.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
Because, like, not only is she, like, vicious, but also the indignity of being beaten by just a child. And with such, like, just
Animosity,
such
too.
passion.
Like
Yes.
she was wanting to fuck you guys up so bad.
Alright. Do you guys want to wake him up?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
Yep.
I was still able
Davina-
to restrain him, right?
Yes, yeah, you tied him up, got him in cuffs, whether you had rope or manacles. He is
Yeah, I was
in a very good bind at the moment. Heavily injured,
Just checking.
on the ground. But after a couple minutes of doing your best, whether you use like a magic spell just to bring him back to one or whatever, his eyes will slowly flicker open. And I imagine like the first thing he sees is the burning bodies of his allies.
Yep.
Sup,
Come
motherfucker?
back.
Alright then. What is it you want from me?
I want
you to answer some
information.
questions.
We want to know where the caravan came from. Davina, say that.
And where it's going.
You guys know where it's going.
Oh, I wasn't listening then.
Well, to be honest, it's not a bad question to ask because he doesn't know that we know. So if he
That's
tells us a
fair.
different answer, we know he's lying.
There you
Oh.
go. Oh my god, a smart person has joined the group, everyone!
That's rude.
Hey, I didn't take charisma for nothing. Anyway, continue with your questions, Donna.
Davina is gonna brandish her sickle, and with the scariest of little grins, she's gonna point the tip right at his eyeball. Where'd you guys come from?
Can I eat popcorn while I watch?
Do you have popcorn with you?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I do.
Then yes.
I would absolutely have snacks.
I don't know if you have it, so if you say you do, sure.
Popcorn.
Davina, go ahead and give me an intimidation check. If you want to use the basic action macro, you can specifically use the coerce option in the exploration tab of it.
Is he speaking common, by the way, or is he speaking necro?
He spoke in common, which the common tongue here in Geb, for anyone wondering, is Osiriani.
They changed the
The basic action
mag.
macros? Yeah.
Yeah, I
When you
don't
click
know.
on it, you should see 3 tabs at the top now. Encounter, exploration, downtime.
Oh shit! Oh, I can click
Yeah.
on him now. Interesting.
So
Okay.
encounter
I
will
don't
be
like
during
it.
fights, exploration is outside of fights, and then downtime is way outside of
Okay.
fights. That's hysterical.
Anyway, I'm here pointing that.
Are you sure? It's kind of funny if you don't.
Oh, yeah.
Then
You are strangely adorable.
go ahead and hero point it then. A much better roll. It's against his will DC. His pupil dilates as the point of your sickle nears it. We don't have to get any more violent than we already were, right? If I tell you that's not going in my eye, is it?
No.
As long as what you say is truthful, and believe me, we will know.
Davina, are you lying to him?
Yeah.
Give me a deception check, blind, please.
Understand why you're getting so upset about this. They gave you 2 for a reason.
You're untrained in deception.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Every
Right.
single one of you here is 100% certain Davina is lying through her teeth and she plans to kill this guy. And he can tell
Okay.
too.
She was just taking his eye.
At least it's.
I mean, if he pisses me off, then yeah, you know, the cards aren't off the table. I just want his eyeball because I'll eat it. If he's lying.
She has to cure her fatigue.
So if I tell you the truth, you'll take my eye and let me go after that.
Oh, can I answer for
Yeah.
her? Just because I do have deception? That is correct.
Are you lying?
Yeah, I'm lying, but I am actually an expert in lying.
Deception. I wonder what you rolled.
Oh yeah, I'll be able to stop him if he starts running away. Don't
That is
worry.
enough to beat his perception DC.
Yeah, we're gonna let you go.
Like, Ghost just puts a hand over, like, shh. Yes, we will let you go.
We picked up the cargo at Thornhearth. Drove it through the wood. We're heading up to Yled. I'm just a caravan driver. I was just doing a job I was hired for. You
Who
don't
hired you?
have to... Who hired you? Do you know?
Yeah.
He just raises
You're
an
not
eyebrow
asking
at
the
you.
questions here, motherfucker.
I don't know who hired me.
Are you lying? Do I have to take your other eye?
Most workers don't know who hired them. We don't.
Can I do-
He certainly doesn't.
Can I do an insight check to see if he is lying?
Give me a perception check. Or sense motive specifically would be the best here.
Oh, I just did a blind perception.
That's A-okay. As far as you can tell, he seems to be pretty honest. There's, like, sweat and blood mixed in with the fur, but he also just generally seems stressed out right now. I'll give you a guess as to why.
The
Just
creepy,
nod it.
the creepy little fucking elf cat folk over here.
Not
Also,
stressful
who's
in the
Nyx?
slightest. Nyx is Davina.
Okay. Just wondering why the name's over here.
Because that's where her cursor is.
Oh, I didn't know
Yeah.
we could see that where other people.
Yeah, you can see everyone's little cursor moving around. It's very entertaining sometimes to just watch people's mouse move. And if you guys see mine, you'll see it just like bouncing everywhere 90% of the time.
Yeah. What's how? This is less related to the cargo, but how did you come to be? He'll point at him with his cane. This. Or not the usual vampire.
If I tell you, you're just You're not gonna believe me.
You don't know that. You're kind of
It's-
fucking creepy.
I mean,
Well,
if you
this isn't
don't
a
tell us, we're sorry. Go ahead.
Just to help, this is a personal inquiry. It has nothing to do with the cargo. As such, it is not. Yeah, I will not be taking your other eye or anything. And this time, he is not lying. This is just a
I
personal
woke up on the
inquiry of
street
his.
like this one day.
I woke up like.
What were you before?
I say, you can't just ask somebody what they were.
Yes, I can.
Far as you
You're
can
not
tell,
Hussein.
Epitaph, he seems a little frustrated at the moment. More exasperated, I would say, than frustrated from this line of questioning. I lived to the west of the country and was out hunting one day. Might have fallen off a cliff. Next thing I knew, I was on a street in... God, I don't even remember the name of the towns anymore. Somewhere south of here. Just looking sharper fangs and a thirst I couldn't get rid of.
And you were a gnoll before? Just a
Always.
regular gnoll?
Always.
Hmm.
Lived and hunted with my pack.
So how'd you come to be with other of these unknollies?
We all met up when we arrived at the caravan drop-off.
And you weren't like, yo, how crazy that this really weird thing happened to both of us.
I mean, you don't question it.
Has this
One of
become
the
a
things.
common occurrence? Gnolls being transformed into this?
I don't really seek any of them out. I most of the time try to stay by myself. Still not so used to the hunger, so I don't want to end up breaking any laws.
Do
So,
you...
question.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna a question for the DM. The place they said they were going, does it match up with what we know?
He would have mentioned that, yes, he's... Well, one, you haven't asked where he's going yet.
Well, I thought he said he was started at one place and was going to another.
Yeah, I think he said he was going to Yled.
Yeah, he said he's going to Yled, which does match up.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I specifically directly said it, but he would have mentioned, because I imagine you would have pushed for him, his starting location where he picked up these caravans was Thornhearth. I say, by the way, you're still targeting Yema, if with your recall knowledge is.
What does she know about Yema?
Nothing, apparently. Don't target yourself, just don't target anyone.
I can't not target anything. It won't let me.
Press T while hovering over yourself again. Ta-da.
Oh, genius.
Yeah. If you, whatever you're targeting, if you just hit the target button again over them, it'll untarget.
Okay, rad. Thank you.
Yep.
If you wanted to ask your question, you can. That's all I had.
Well, as it turns out, I don't know anything. But what I wanted to know is, like, is there any, like, urban legend or, like, story that we... sorry. That we would have heard about, like, people who kidnap... I don't know, when I was growing up, the gypsies were going to come and get you and sell you in the circus. So, like... Do we know anything about the gypsies?
So like folk tales, basically.
Yeah, like is this a common knowledge thing, or something we may have heard about?
Curse. With the role you had, no. The idea of like gnoll vampires definitely exist. Gnolls can become undead just as easily as everyone else, but the more strange influence that the Knoll seems to have, causing an insatiable hunger simply in the people around them. You can only imagine just how much hunger they must constantly be feeling.
Well, then I want to dig into that line of questioning, because, like, if I've never heard of this, I want to know what because we've now gotten ourselves into some really freaky deaky shit, and I want to know, like, what he was doing before he got kidnapped. Like, did he meet any strange people at the bar? Did he take any, surprise drugs? Like, tell me everything. How did this happen to you?
He lived with his family in the forest and didn't talk to strangers.
And just one day woke up on a street?
Yeah.
How did he know how to
He
street?
mentions tripping and falling while hunting one day, losing consciousness, and the next thing he knew, he was on the street.
So what did he do to survive? Like, he was now a city folk?
Picked up jobs. I looked around for people that would offer me work and pay me for it, and getting into transport business and working with other workers was what got me to where I am now. Pays decent enough. Isn't a lot of interaction with others, so I can, for the most part, keep my hunger in check.
I have to tell you, in the beginning of this conversation, like, I thought you were kind of endearing, the, keep my hunger in check, I'm a good guy kind of thing. But the fact that you were so fucking dumb that you didn't ask the other dudes who looked exactly like you what the hell happened, like, I think she should kill you.
Now, let's not raise our tempers.
The second Hesea says that, Davina just kind of like grins and her eyes go wide and look around at everybody.
I can see you're,
Let's
like,
go.
excitedly nodding, like, yes.
Yuma just shrugs. She has no opinion on the matter.
Epitaph is gonna try and play the good cop and just put a hand on his shoulder and just say, now. Let's not get ourselves heated. I'm sure
If
he's been
that's-
through enough. Now, do you know anything about the cargo? Do you have a manifest or anything?
No. Pick it up, transport it to the destination, don't ask any questions. I imagine you all are in the same sort of business as I am, so...
Actually, we were allowed to ask a lot of questions.
Yeah, that is our
Your-
business.
Well, aren't
Your
you
boss
not
sounds kind of
fucking
like
special, aren't ya?
Yeah, your boss sounds kind of like a dick.
I'd
So they
like to remind you too, our boss was of a similar line.
They didn't tell you anything about the cargo you were carrying, even though they were deadly freaking monsters that could kill you? They weren't like, hey, don't turn the crazy scatter robots on.
No. Picked up the carriages, and said if things went south, bang on the wall of the center one.
Kill him.
But wait, I have...
Do you say that out loud, Hesea?
Yes.
He turns into mist.
Oh, Christ. Okay.
You will discorporate into a vaporous form of himself the moment you say that.
What?
Hold on.
Does this provoke a reactive strike?
And if you can reactive strike off a concentration effect, that would trigger.
I don't
Before you
think
roll
so.
damage.
I think that's a
Okay,
fighter feat.
sorry, I'm being a
Actually-
meanster.
Yeah. Realistically, at this point, you'll be healed a little bit. He'll take a little bit of that arrow damage, but most of it just pushes the mist away, and he will just begin flying up and away.
How
Did you
fast is he moving?
50 feet per action.
Really?
He's got a flight speed.
Okay, then I'm just going... Sorry, other people seem like they have ideas, so I'll let them go.
Why did we let you do the interrogation? You don't say things like that.
I didn't say it.
Also,
Go
we
to your
didn't get...
hometown and fuck your wife!
That's typically what you do with your wife, is it not?
I'm just gonna triple shot.
Okay.
I'm going to assume he's up in the air, so I don't think I could reach him.
Probably
But wait a minute. I want to see something.
He survives with 1 HP after that series of shots.
Uh,
Yama.
so let me go ahead and finish this up, and then I'll let other people do their stuff. So he'd be able to reach 300 feet in 2 turns?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna triple shot again with a range increment.
Okay. Here, what I'll do for you real quick is...
yeah.
set him at 310 up in the air, even
Okay.
though he's mostly going horizontally.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Oh! Got it!
Hey.
Oh, he wouldn't be off guard to you there. 'cause he's not
No!
prone anymore.
Okay,
Sorry.
whatever. Get out of here, loser.
So,
That's not good.
we
Well,
didn't
he's
get the
drifting.
most critical information out of him before he flew away.
What critical information? We got the location where he came from.
We got the city. We didn't get its location.
What
Who's
he's
someone?
he said he just picked it up from the caravan place.
In the outskirts of Thornhearth is where he picked. Which...
Well, they're discussing. I would like to give chase, but I would like to try and stealthily follow him.
So if you're stealthing, keep in mind you move at half speed.
Correct.
So moving at essentially max 45 feet around to his 150 feet around.
Yeah. I'm not expecting him to catch up right away, but if he unmiss somewhere and tells people what we're doing, we're fucked. So
his fly speed, I will just tell you this, is not tied to him being in mist form. These guys have just a flat 50-foot fly speed.
oh
So
damn.
He will fully outrun you. Unfortunately.
That's what I was trying to stealth. Is like
I
once,
can
once he feels he's safe, I might be able to catch up.
I can 120 feet heal, right? Oh, but he's 300 feet.
Yeah. I mean, if you wanted to do a harm against him, or actually, yeah, it would be a heal against him, you can do it within 120 feet.
Yeah, because I have the extra reaching action.
Reach spell only increases the range by 30.
Right, and isn't far... Oops,
Well, you
that's
said
the
there
wrong
was
one.
two- there was
action
two-
version is 3. Or is 30
Well, he
feet.
moved twice.
Yeah, I would allow
moved
you to
twice,
do it
correct?
once
'Cause she had-
from the first round.
Yeah.
So if you want to do the 2-action heal versus undead there, that's going to be a fortitude save from him. He needs a 17 to crit succeed and not take any damage here. He will roll the exact fucking opposite of that. So, soon after, as the magic in your arrows strike to Yama, the mist will reincorporate into a physical form that'll go crashing to the ground about 200 feet away or so.
Haha. Get fucked, loser.
Fully
Does
dead,
it look-
though. Did not survive that at all.
Yeah, that's fine.
Burn
Get
him.
fucked, loser.
Next time, wait until we're done with the interrogation to tell that you're going to kill him. Please.
In my defense,
Why?
I didn't say shit. So
Oh my god.
Because of that. And he points at the body. He nearly got away.
but he didn't.
But he didn't.
She
I just
kind of
feel
like
you should be
underhand.
honest.
She just kind of underhand high fives Hesea.
Well, what's done is done.
To Thornhearth.
To Thornhearth.
Sure. If anyone wants to give me a recall knowledge check to see what you know about Thornhearth, you may.
Yes.
Hesea, don't do the distraction. Hesea, don't interrogate the witness. Hesea, don't kill everybody. Thanks,
Yeah,
Dad.
you failed at the two. You failed at the two of those 3 things. You were good at killing people. The other two
We're
you failed
still
spectacularly.
alive, right?
Because you were
Exactly.
good at
That's
the
what I
third thing,
fucking
yes.
thought. That's what I thought. We're still alive. They're not, and so we can get the fuck out of here.
That could change very quickly if we are not smart about this.
God, thank God. Say
Do you
you
think
rolled
I'm the
well
leader?
on recall knowledge check.
Do you think you're the leader of our group?
Sorry,
Nobody is the leader.
what did the DM say? Sorry.
I just said thank gods that Hesea rolled well on recall knowledge.
Wow, the dice are not in our favor tonight.
They are not.
I mean, it kind of tracks with Davina because what does she know about civilization?
That's fair. You did roll the worst.
Yeah, okay.
And Epitaph, you haven't been to Thornhearth before, so you don't really know what's going on with it. Barris, I'd say you've heard of the tragedy of Thornhearth, but you're not really sure the particulars of it.
So kind of like a bar room story. I was drinking some blood wine, having a good time.
Yeah, you've heard minstrels talk about what a tragedy it was, those damn Pharasmans, but that's about it. You were probably not paying real good attention to it.
I probably wasn't.
Hesea, on the other hand, you might have traveled to it somewhat recently. Spoken to some people that have more of an idea of the history. From what you're aware of with Thornhearth, at one point it was tiny little pit stop town. Like, fewer than 50 people lived there. It was a hole in the wall. But at one point, a group of people who were later revealed to be Pharasmans moved in and began to expand the village, with the outward goal of turning it into sort of like a rest point on the Axeneer River / a craftsman's haven, essentially. A few thousand undead sort of gathered there who wanted a more quiet location that they could practice a craft instead of spending it all in like Mekatar or Yled. And the Pharasmans then razed the town and every undead within to the ground.
Oh my god. Asshole.
Yeah.
Damn.
Went into hiding, but the Pharasmans were all caught by the spy master and Geb and executed.
Good.
Roughly 25 years ago or so, the Builders League finally acquiesced the permits to allow reconstruction of Thornhearth to begin, and the Celebrants have been in charge of the town ever since. They've rebuilt it. It operates much in the same manner as it originally did, focus on craftsmanship, a rest point on the Axeneer. It's got a population of roughly 3,000 at this point. It is pretty small, but is also still somewhat dangerous to the undead, as some of the holy fires that were used to burn the city to the ground still burn. And that's what you're aware
Because
of.
they did a thorough job here.
Do we have any contacts?
I think we are it.
Probably not, unfortunately.
Yeah, this is... I mean, I don't know about the rest of you, but I've been doing this for 400 years. There's no contacts. Unless you've made some there. This is...
Well, yeah, because I've been there. I thought maybe I might know a guy.
I will also just say, for general information, the concept of workers in the capacity that you all are operating have been a concept for less than a century.
But he could have been a regular mercenary.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just
that's-
letting you
that-
guys know
yeah.
that the general worker concept isn't
Yeah,
very
prior-
long.
Yeah, prior to this, Barris, he was basically just a mercenary. He killed for the highest bidder. And then when this came along, he's like, more money? Good.
Money.
Sign me up.
Money with a risk of death? Sure.
That's the
Well-
life, baby.
Well, I mean,
Or destruction in
lot
your
of money.
case.
yeah, it's
I
a
think that
lot
comes
of
with the
money.
territory of his line of work, though.
Yeah.
Alright, so are we at the town, or are we on our way to there?
Well, do you guys have anything you want to do, and how do you want to get there? Do you want to go around, or do you just want to go through the Axan Wood?
Would Barris know that the wood is basically full of Fey bullshit?
Oh, everyone knows that. The Axan Wood is a forest of Fey.
Do we want to
Actually,
burn the caravan just to eliminate evidence?
The horse is dead.
Sure.
Oh yeah, the horses died.
All of
pretty
them are
quick.
dead. Yeah, he died to the line.
Yeah, the line
What?
of lava.
Is the time difference between going through and going around?
So it'd take about 4.5 days, most likely, close to 5 days if you went straight through. If you guys were to go around, let's say you'd go up by Great Urge, probably. 338. You'd be adding another 6 days or so to your travel. So it would take either 5 days or 11 days, pretty much.
My only thought and
Those-
concern. Go ahead.
Oh, you go.
My only thought and concern is if this isn't the only like shipment or caravan or whatever, if we go around we're gonna miss them and some are gonna get through. Is there like one main road through the woods that these guys would be on? So that if we followed the road we'd make sure that like there weren't any other guys?
No main roads through the Axan Wood. There are paths and roads, but nothing that's like a main road. It remains a relatively undisturbed wood from the encroachment of civilization. Mostly because
If it
people don't
helps,
want to
I
deal with
do-
the first world portals that are there.
It helps I do speak the Fey tongue.
Well, if
you
you
run
have
into
an
any...
in with the Fae, I say we go through.
I also can speak to the Fey and the evil Fey as well.
Not necessarily an inn, but I have dealt with Fey before.
All I know is they like to play jokes, and if you humor them, they laugh and then they leave you alone.
If you're lucky.
Yeah. I mean, they're Fey. You don't know what kind of absolute bullshittery they're gonna do.
Just whatever you do, if they ask for your name, don't give it to them.
Why not?
Because then they will take your name, your identity, and bad things happen.
Oh.
Of course, that's more of a specific kind of Fey, but just in general, don't give it.
Very specific, but
Do I have
Is
to
interesting.
give, like, if I give somebody else's name, will they take their identity?
No, because it is not your name to give if you introduce someone else.
Also, your name, quote unquote, let's say you were given one name at birth, but your entire life you've gone by another. In the quote unquote arcane sense, you have two names. So,
At that point, you're dealing with semantics. Most often, if you have a nickname, curses and the like won't work on that. It has to be your true name, which most
Hello?
often refers to your birth name.
My name is Brambleberry Stagelfuggle.
So, do we wish to go through the woods or go around?
Into the woods.
It's dangerous, but I think the time save is important.
through the woods to Thornhearth we go.
Mm-hmm.
you know, Epitaph, as
Yeah.
much as I would like to go around, I'm gonna have to agree, we gotta go through.
Alright,
Find a baby.
through it is.
Davina, do you want to stop by your house on the way?
Yeah.
You have a house
You
in
even
the
have a
Axel?
house?
It's a cave.
It's probably like a foresty den. Okay.
You know,
It's a
there
hollowed out
Those
was,
tree.
ones under the roots.
there was an old cottage you had found in the woods at one point that was abandoned.
And so she probably made that into her little humble abode.
Intriguing. Did you ever explore it?
Uh-oh.
No.
Okay. That checks out.
There's a dungeon underneath.
Why are there so many mouse bodies?
What's
Don't
that
question it.
smell?
Don't question it. You don't walk into somebody's fucking house and ask them, "What's that smell?"
Why is that
That's
the way
rude.
they
We're
look
not
like
there
teeth?
yet. We're not there yet.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
we're
rude.
not there yet.
I like your house.
We're not there yet.
If
Or
they're
are
having
we
the,
already?
if they're
We're
having
there
this
now.
conversation, if they're
Oh.
having this conversation like on the way, then Davina would absolutely be offended.
No, that was just me
Davina-
talking out of character. Like, what's that smell?
Oh.
There's just bodies under the floor.
Hey,
Davina's
Davina-
imagining that everyone's going to say this to her, and so is preemptively having the conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Davina, I don't mean to be a downer. But
You make me cry. Kavis is gonna fucking gut you.
I'm well aware that Kavis will gut me, but I'm willing to risk it.
Kavis seems like the more level-headed of the two.
Yes, he definitely is. Damn it, I forgot what I was going to say. Never mind.
If someone has to be a leader, I vote Kavis. I like him. He doesn't say anything.
We don't.
How
We're
about-
not doing a leader. That just makes things messy.
Yeah, we don't. How about we just get some... Well, Jericho, were these days on foot or by quote-unquote horse?
Would you like to take a horse, or would you like to take one of the roving flesh bridges?
Well, as far as I remember, the flesh bridges won't go through the forest.
They will not, but they can at least take you to the forest. And from there, you wouldn't really be able to go on horse as well. Anyways, you could, but it would be as slow as if you were on foot.
Okay. Have the flesh bridges become like something extremely common now?
They were always decently common.
Okay. And how much time would it shave off if we took a flesh bridge to the edge of the Axian Woods?
I was giving you times assuming those, because flesh bridges move at the same speed as a horse.
Okay.
So it didn't really matter which one you took. But if you took the slightly faster than walking speed travel to the edge and then walked through, or just took the slightly faster travel all the way around, it's either going to be 6 or 11 days. If you did want to stop by Davina's house while going through the forest, it'll probably tack on an extra day to your journey since it isn't quite on the direct route. It is a bit out of the way, slightly northwest.
Okay. I'm assuming everyone's okay with just taking the flesh bridges for the interest of time.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Epitaph gets to get introduced to the roving flesh bridges of Geb.
God.
Everyone's favorite mode of transportation.
I feel like with how long he's been here, he's probably seen them or used one before.
Oh, absolutely.
He just typically goes by fancy carriage because entitled noble.
More laughing because it's the method of transportation I came up with on the fly earlier in the campaign. The flesh bridges are basically the tour guide carriages of Geb. That'll just talk to you as you ride.
Oh, lovely. An Uber made of flesh.
Yeah. And you'll get a discount if you groom it while traveling.
Yeah, how much
Well,
does that run
mounts.
for the journey?
Hmm?
How much is it going to run for the
I'm
journey
not going to
there?
charge you guys for this. It's
Okay.
pretty cheap for your guys' level at this point.
Okay.
And I
Wait,
don't
are
feel
these
like
things
doing-
intelligent?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Oh
flesh
crap! I'm gonna have to
bridges-
kill.
Sorry, go ahead.
We have to kill the flesh bridge once we get there. We can't have witnesses.
The flesh bridges are basically the flayed skin of people from a long time ago. There was a wizard that basically decided to make bridges out of just the flayed skin of the corpses they had made, and gave them sentience. So they run around on their hands, but they're just like really stretched out, stitched together skins. And they have like a mouth and eyes at the front end. And they just talk to you while Well, they go, and they've been around for a long time. They have a union. So, if you kill them, you will get on a very bad side of the Fleshbridge Union.
Are they associated with Are they associated with any of the great factions?
They are not.
Ooh.
At best, they're on good terms with the Carter's Consortium, but they do not have any direct dealings with any of the factions. They've actually been known to directly deny celebrants demanding free travel for a parade, which
That's ballsy.
caused a pretty big kerfuffle a few decades ago, because the celebrants, of course, retaliated for that. And the Union didn't really sit quietly. That was the vampires drank well that day, let's just say. There were a lot of corpses.
Now, the flesh bridges themselves, they're like the size of a school bus, correct?
Pretty much, yeah. They're long, they're big. Some of them are school bus size, some of them are more like sedan size. It kind of depends.
So, during the fight between the two, like, was there a treaty formed afterwards, or was it just they fought, the end?
There wasn't any like official treaty written down or into law afterwards, because the Fleshbridges won. And so the celebrants were the ones that backed off. Yeah. Surprisingly enough, the Fleshbridges are notoriously hard to kill.
What is it with wizards and just making the most powerful things because they're bored?
Look, there's a wizard that wanted to improve transportation a long time ago, and you're going to tell him he was bored?
No, I'm not referring to the Fleshbridges, but like a lot of the like most powerful weird creatures and magic items and artifacts were just made by wizards who got bored.
I mean,
they're like, hey, I'm going to create...
What would you do with your time?
I was
Money.
muted, but well, when you said, why do wizards do this? I'm like, no sense of right or wrong. But, I mean, also a major theme in Nex is just wizards making all kinds of messed up flesh warps.
That is true. The Fleshbridges were absolutely made by someone who defected from Nex. They got here and they were like, man, undead and flesh warps combined? Let's make bridges out of them.
Wait, flesh warping comes from Nex? I thought that was something that originated in Geb.
Nope.
Mm-mm. Geb is undead, Nex is modification via magic.
Okay.
So,
To the woods!
to the woods! What exploration actions would everyone like to take as you all are traveling?
Let's see.
Over the river and through the woods?
To Davina's house we go.
Well, do you guys want to go to Davina's house? It will be a detour.
How much of a detour?
At about a day,
Okay.
day and a half.
I would prefer not, but I imagine I can't really argue with Davina on the matter.
Well, what, like, Davina, what do you want from your house?
Nothing.
Wait, Barris is just gonna just pause. Wait, so you just want to go to your house just to go to your house?
Doesn't anybody?
No.
No. I mean, we're on a time crunch.
Oh.
Well, we have to come back,
Tell you
right?
what,
Yeah, we can do it on the way back.
sure. Or I'll buy you a new house in the city once we're done with our mission.
Ew. No.
Teehee.
I like how she got offered to have a house bought and paid for her, and she's like, ew.
It's her
a city
anathema.
house. It's a city house. She doesn't want a city house.
Yeah. Fuck.
Now, if you agreed
you're
to like buy her a house in the woods, I'm pretty sure she'd love that.
Why
But
would
yeah,
she want to live out here like a commoner?
Ew.
Oh my god.
This is in character, by the way. This is not me out of character saying this. I'm perfectly fine.
Epitaph, we can't all be as fortunate to live in the noble circles of Geb. And besides, some of us like to live in the woods, some of us like to live on the go like myself. But anyways, Davina, we can definitely make a pit stop at your house on the way back. But first, let's get to Thornhearth and murder more shit. And blow some crap up.
Better make him back alive so we can
That
do
reminds me, I need to prepare more fire.
Burn down the forest.
No, not the forest.
That
Her
would
eyes,
be-
like, her eyes
Thornhearth.
widen.
Davina, I'm referring to
Oh.
Thornhearth, not your forest.
She's like heavy breathing.
Davina,
No, it's an
it's
out of
all
character
right.
thought.
We're not gonna burn your forest down. Okay, Davina, inhale. 1, 2, 3. Exhale.
Don't fucking teach me how to breathe!
It'd be better business forest with them.
Anyways, Davina will hit your house on the way back,
Her eye twitches.
and then after we hit your house, we'll go back, get paid, and then we'll probably all go our separate ways. But first, we need to get to Thornhearth and burn whatever this place is down, so we can complete our mission.
I like that the one person in the party who probably doesn't breathe was the one who was telling you how to breathe.
Barris, I mean, he is a 532-year-old vampire, but he still has some.
He remembers.
Some yeah, he remembers.
Well, and remember, by my running of undead PCs, you can essentially choose whether you're breathing or not, and then it would take an
Average
action
farm
to switch.
remembers.
So, if you wanted to essentially be breathing, even though you don't necessarily have to, you could.
Barris would have breathed when he was saying that to Davina, but he normally would not breathe. He's been in one too many gas traps.
Damn it. Shelve my gas trap for this next dungeon, then. Okay. What exploration actions would everyone like to take during your 6 days of travel?
I just put mine for
Sense
my
direction for you?
exploration.
Mhm.
Yep, because if I know the Fae, they're gonna try and get us turned around.
Makes sense to me.
I've got search up.
Searching for Yema. Okay.
I'll.
Saya, you cannot really gather information while traveling.
I
especially 'cause you're
disagree.
Not in a populated region.
I
unless
want to
you have-
gather information about the Fae and, like, pre-track. But I don't want to roll nature because I suck at nature.
Gather information is very much directly talking to people to get information. So if you aren't in a location where there's people to talk to, you can't really gather information.
I'll have detect magic as my
Okay.
exploration activity. I have the spell, so just basically using it as a radar, pinging it,
Sure.
and it's cast at
6th rank. Unless you have it at a lower version.
well, I have it through a.
If
I
it's
have
an
it
8,
because
then
of
it's
a-
6th rank for you. Because that's the highest rank of spell you could cast.
You have it at 6th rank. Trust me.
Ooh.
Well,
Can I read omens?
Read Omens is only up to 30 minutes in the future.
so Jericho, since I have it at 6th rank, is it heightened 3rd?
It is heightened 6th right now.
Oh.
Heightened 3rd means it's heightened to 3rd rank.
Okay, so it's heightened to 6th rank. Okay.
Yes. So you get all of the effects of Detect Magic. You know the
Okay.
highest rank of an effect near you, and you know the source of it within a 5-foot area.
Okay. Got it. That'll be what I'm doing, just pinging my radar. And I need to do my spell preparation.
Why can't I do this?
You can, you're just very limited to the amounts of time you can use it. It's not really something you can consistently do.
It's a 10-minute cast time.
If you
It
would like
takes
to do read omens on, like, you guys getting to Tilsar or something, you could do that. Or not Tilsar, sorry, Thornhearth.
Can I do it on the, like, getting through the woods?
Sure.
I want to narrow my field a little bit.
A cryptic clue or piece of advice. So, yeah, do you just want it to be traveling through the Axan Wood as what you're reading omens about?
Yeah, I want to avoid fable shit.
Absolutely. Yeah, I won't give you an exact answer right now, but I will say if you wanted to read omens once or twice a day using those spell slots, I would allow that to continuously help with the group's general avoidance of fable shit. So you guys don't get struggled as you're traveling.
Hey, Jericho.
Mm-hmm.
If I forgot I had summon undead. If I just wanted to do just at its base level first rank, do you just have like a general zombie token I could use?
Do you want a zombie or a skeleton?
A skeleton.
Okay. I'll get one for you. Keep in mind it only lasts for a minute when you cast it.
Yes.
Companions, summons. You cast it at first rank?
Yes, just first rank.
There's a skeleton guard in the summons tab for you now.
Thank you.
Alright. Davina, what exploration action would you like to be taking?
I was gonna say, is foraging an action?
Yeah, you
exploration
can
action?
absolutely
Cool.
be foraging to pick up food for everyone.
Yes, then she will do that.
Okay. So let's see. Yema, if you want to go ahead and make 6 perception checks for me. And Epitaph, if you want to make 6 survival checks for me, please. And Davina, if you want to... Subsist is the term I'm looking for. Davina, if you would like to make survival checks for me, 6 of them total, you may as well.
Public or
Need any
blind?
rolls from me?
Yep, 6 survival checks from you, please. Blind, Epitaph. And for Davina, 6 public survival rolls, please.
Oh, this ain't
This
ain't gonna be good.
Nice.
I'm untrained in this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, fortunately, though, I have the improv, but still.
Yeah.
Three, 4, 5, and 6.
Yeah. Damn.
Do you need me to roll anything, Jericho?
No, Detect Magic doesn't require any rolls.
Okay.
With it. Okay. Let's take a look at everyone's rolls here. 6 days of travel. Luckily, only 3 or so of them, around half of the time, is going to be, actually a little under half the time, realistically, will be in the Axan Wood itself. Not many of you guys have traveled through the forest before. Some of you have lived there, but most of you have tended to spend your time outside and circled around it when necessary, as a lot of jobs you tend to pick them up close to where they get accomplished, at least. This is one of the first jobs for most of you as workers that has required a hefty amount of travel on top of it. Thankfully, working as a group for the most part, you guys are able to keep your direction, find enough food for those who need it to survive, and generally avoid the few Fey entities that are brave or stupid or confident enough to try and pick a fight or mess with you guys. You don't run into many during your journey, but you do see a few strange creatures here and there. You might have one small fight during this journey, but nothing too terribly bad that sort of gets in your way. But on time, you guys make it out of the wood to the edge of Thornhearth, which is a small town. It suffered many a tragedy, but the current Thornhearth remains stoic amidst the smoldering wreckage of what it once achieved. For roughly half a mile or so surrounding the current town lies a wasteland of charred corpses, buildings, and workshops. Flames of pale gold that still dance and leap amongst these ruins and corpses, rampant with holy energy, enough to ensure that none of these deceased could ever return to unlife. But in the center of this area is a sort of half-dome of hardened bone, protecting what is the newly constructed Thornhearth. Workshops and apartments of fused bone, streets that are lined with cobblestones and skulls, series of concentric fountains that you know stands in the center of the town. You all manage to arrive at the outskirts of Thornhearth. Few sort of floating skeletal hands holding glowing cyan gemstones float around, emitting constant lights. And even from outside of this half-dome, you can see one massive spire belching smoke that seems to be a forge of some kind, and a tiered concentric fountain that looks to take up the center of the city, quite large, spewing blood out.
Hell yeah.
You are not a vampire right now.
No, it's still radical.
Very cosmopolitan.
Even from the outskirts as you approach, the town and air is filled with heat and the din of numerous workshops creating endlessly. As you all take your first steps into the town of Thornhearth, that is where we're going to end our session for tonight.
Thank you, Mr. Jericho.
Hope you enjoyed.
Yeah.
It looks like we will get a bit more information on this mystery and your goal next week. Have a good one, everyone.